Yes, you beautiful people. Mzansi, let me say the following. Good morning. As crazy as it is in the studio this morning, it doesn't matter because you woke up with something special inside of you. That's that thing called life. So I want you to take a breath and be grateful for everything that you've been blessed with today. And speaking of, October, of course, is Mental Health Awareness Month. And today we're going to be diving into one of the biggest buzzwords in business. We're talking about burnout, something that affects many of us as we usher ourselves into this part of the year. So with longer hours, blurred work boundaries, and of course, AI also shaking up the way we live and work, many South Africans are feeling the strain. And I know you feel what I'm talking about right now. So we're going to be unpacking all of it with Joni Petty, who's one of the people that's on a mission to help us move from can't to can do. And it's not just Cape Town that's bringing the funk and the good vibes, but of course, Sanele's got Josie buzzing with a lot of what we need to celebrate this morning. But of course, we're going to be continuing the celebration of not only the conversation that we usher in, but also something absolutely special. Because yes, in Joburg, they've got their award-winning vocalist, Mashudu, who graces our stage with a soulful performance from a brand new EP, The Last Season of Love. Now, it's a project that's already stealing hearts across the country. And listen, we're not going to be stopping there because we're bringing in another superstar, all the way from the Paris screen to the Paris runway, Ama Kwamita. Yes, the one and only our superstar Kwamita is here to continue to shape and make us proud as she steps into a new role as L'Oréal Paris Sub-Saharan Africa Ambassador. What a proud moment. Now we're going to be celebrating a global glow up and talk about what this means for local representation in beauty and fashion. So yes, Cape Town's buzzing, Joburg's getting warmed up, and of course we've got another beautiful soul ready to hit up official duties, of course. And that's what it's about for this morning. A whole lot of good conversation. So here's my reminder to you, Mzansi, especially the gents out there, the old school ones that used to eat concrete and never deal with our issues. Now's our opportunity to usher in good conversation. Now's the chance for us to talk, because it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to keep those feelings inside. So hopefully today can usher in that beautiful thing we call a good conversation, and of course maybe ushering in people to do that with. For now though, it's time for official duties. The one and only Carissa is standing by. She's looking absolutely radiating. So let's say good morning and kick things off for this morning.
Thank you so much, Raul, with 3 minutes after 6 o'clock. Good morning, Mzansi, and thank you, Raul, for that. A great way to get us started on this Tuesday morning. We get started with your national news headlines, where Transport Minister Barbara Creecy says preliminary findings suggest the fatal Louis Trichardt bus crash over the weekend involved high speed and faulty brakes. Now, the bus, with a seating capacity of 62, carried 91 passengers when it crashed, killing 44. Now, Creecy has requested inspections of the bus fleet for roadworthiness, as well as legal advice regarding potential culpable homicide. Zimbabwe and Malawi have meanwhile pledged to cover repatriation as well as medical costs. Now, families of the deceased and injured are receiving assistance as identification continues at Siloam Hospital, highlighting cross-border cooperation in the tragic accident. Of course, our heartfelt condolences go to all of those involved. In other national news, Communications Minister Solly Malatsi has called for meaningful reforms in the information and communications technology sector, and that's to encourage private investment. Now, hosting a policy colloquium in Pretoria, he brought together industry leaders, regulators, academia, and civil society to discuss pressing issues. Malatsi assured stakeholders that the government is approaching the discussions with clear intent and purpose, aiming for genuine sector transformation. Now, we emphasize that past engagements must now translate into actionable policies that support growth, investment, and policy certainty across ICT in South Africa. In your international news making headlines, Morocco's 2026 draft budget allocates $15 billion to health and education, a 16% increase from last year, responding to recent youth protests for better services. Now, the spending comes as the economy is projected to grow 4.8% this year. Additional funds target regional inequalities, while draft laws aimed to increase youth and women's political participation and bar convicted candidates. Now, candidates under 35 would get simplified rules and 75% campaign funding support. Parliament will review the budget after the Finance Minister's presentation next week. Meanwhile, Sunday's crown jewel heist at the Louvre Museum has ignited a political firestorm in France. Now, President Emmanuel Macron condemned the theft as an attack on national heritage, pledging to recover the stolen items and bring the perpetrators to justice. Now, Interior Minister Laurent Nunez admitted to security failures, acknowledging that the operation exploited unsecured windows, while Justice Minister Gerald Darmanin described the incident as a, quote, deplorable image of France. Now, the Louvre, most visited museum in the world, remains closed as authorities intensify their search for the thieves and reassess museum security nationwide. Now, finally, we close off here at the National Council of SPAs, who has launched a heartwarming online pet store, allowing animal lovers to buy food and essentials for their furry friends, while also supporting welfare projects of their choice. Now, a portion of every sale funds initiatives like rescuing working donkeys, safeguarding lions, and helping abandoned cats and dogs. And with the festive season nearing, a time when abandonment sadly spikes, the NSPCA hopes the platform will inspire kindness and conscious giving. Each branch runs its own outreach programs, and pet owners are encouraged to connect their local SPCA to make a difference close to home. And on that very way, we close off your 6 o'clock news. Time now for some sporting highlights with Raul.
Thank you so much, Carissa. Yes, let's get into it with all things sport. And we're going to start with rugby and some exciting stuff for former SA Under-20 captain Zachary Porton, who has received a Springbok and a surprise Springbok call-up for the 5-match outgoing tour, starting against Japan on the 1st of November. Now, the 20-year-old Stormers prop joins a 36-man squad that sees recalls for Johan Grobler as well as Gerard Steenkamp, while veterans Bongi Mbonambi and Vincent Koch miss out. Well, cricket's up next, and South Africa restricted Pakistan to 259 runs for 5 wickets on day 1 of the second test in Rawalpindi on Monday. Now, Shan Masood, who had a 87-run innings, and Abdullah Shafiq with 57 led for the hosts, while Keshaf Maharaj for 2 wickets and 63 runs, as well as Simon Harmer on 2 for 75, shared 4 wickets. Now, Kagiso Rabada struck late as Pakistan closed on 259 runs for 5 wickets in their 91 overs. While we carry on with cricket news, where Sri Lanka snatched a dramatic 7-run win over Bangladesh in Navi Mumbai on Monday, and that was to claim their first Women's World Cup victory. Now, captain Chamari Athapaththu produced a stunning final over, taking 4 wickets in 4 balls to defend 9 runs and finish with a career-best figure of 4 wickets for 42, now rescuing Sri Lanka's campaign. Now, Bangladesh, meanwhile, became the first team to be eliminated from the tournament. Well, lastly, in all things sport, we move to football, and Brentford cruised to a 2-0 win over West Ham, handing the Hammers their 5th straight home defeat, which is their worst run since 1931. Now, Igor Thiago as well as Matthias Jensen struck for the dominant visitors, while West Ham managed just 1 shot on target in a lifeless display that leaves them second bottom with 4 points. Well, we'll do all the sporting things once again in the next hour. For now, the weather's up, and hopefully we can see what's happening on your side of town.
Thank you so much, Raul. And Mzansi, good morning. As you can hear, the world is already alive with possibilities. And we, of course, need to let you in on what is happening with your weather so that you are in the know. As Raul told you, we're here just for that. The South African Weather Service this morning has warned of extreme high fire danger over Kamiesberg in the Northern Cape and Bergrivier in the Western Cape as a heat wave with persistently high temperatures grips Richtersveld and Matsikama until tomorrow. Very hot and uncomfortable conditions are expected over the West Coast District and Kamiesberg. Meanwhile, heavy rains and thunderstorms are forecast across parts of the country later this week after a rainy weekend. Forecaster Tokele Chilwane says a cold front will bring more rain, followed by a gradual rise in temperatures, particularly over central and eastern provinces. We'll keep you up to date with anything else that does come through. But for now, let's get into one of my favorite parts of the show, and that, of course, is what your side of life is looking like with our sunrise view of the hour. And it is a huge shout out this morning to Daphne Fredericks from Durban, where it's going to be 23 degrees Celsius. Daphne, this is gorgeous. How did you orchestrate the clouds to be in the positions that they are, huh? And then the sun to do what it's doing. I love it. And it looks like the sun is going to be so much stronger than just 23 degrees Celsius. But you know what? We are going through a little bit of a cold front all around the country. But this looks stunning. Thank you so much, Daphne. And Mzansi, this is an example of what we want from you. Please send your picture through 063 036 9649. And like I always say, then we get to show the rest of the country what your side of life is looking like this morning. But while you do that, and while you get into your morning and ease into it, while we help you feel good, let's check out what's happening with your temperatures.
I'm going to say to the weather gods, I like it. I like it
like
a
it
lot.
a lot.
Keep it coming. Very, very nice indeed. Yeah, just absolutely perfect weather. And we've got a perfect morning lined up for you, especially on theme, on trend. And this time of the year when a lot of us are feeling like, hey, I'm struggling. I'm feeling a bit down.
Oh man, listen, burnout is so real, and it happens usually at the period approaching festive when a lot of us feeling like we've worked for 9 months, 10 months, going on to 12. Please, can we get a bit of a break? Often we feel quite negative and say, we can't. We just can't do it anymore. But listen, we're going to turn that around and turn your cons into cans with a very special and beautiful expert coming up in just a bit.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is your Feel Good Breakfast show, Mzansi, and it's so good to be with you. We absolutely love the fact that you decided to wake up and come and feel good with us. Now, look, we got so much to get into this morning. You've heard about our incredible guests, but first, we want you to jump out onto the social media streets so that we can hear what you think about particularly this time of the year. My friend, it was tough to get up this morning. Hey, getting out of bed. Oh my goodness, it gets more and more difficult the closer December gets. And it is that burnout after a long year. And this is why we want to know, do you think burnout is more about the workload or the workplace culture? That is our question for our Good Morning post this morning. And we want you to share your thoughts. And you can do so, of course, on all our social media platforms on #Expresso Show. But you can also do so on 063-036-9649. And my friends, please come and let us know, which side are you on? Workplace or workload? I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say workplace because I kind of think it might inform the workload, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But you let us know what your thoughts are because it is all about you at the end of the day. Like I said, we've got a delicious menu cooked up just for you. But my gorgeous Cape Town family, oh my goodness, why are you guys just radiating today? You're shining. You look absolutely amazing.
I think it's my mind that's feeling good, and that's the glow you're getting right now. I think my mental health is, yes, surprisingly at this time of the year, it's still up.
It's looking up.
And I think it's because of Mzansi. I get to feed off of all your beautiful energy and just absorb that, fill up my cup, and then share it with the rest of you. That's your answer.
Ryle. Well, listen, it is Mental Health Awareness Month, so I love that you got started with that. And today we're tackling one of the biggest buzzwords. We mentioned it a bit earlier, and it is all around burnout, the big B word, with rising workloads and also AI disruption, blurred boundaries, and even work and home. And South Africans are just feeling the pressure all around. But is it just stress or is it something deeper?
This is a very, very good question, Carissa. And another thing I want to know is, how do we separate fads from proven strategies when it comes to workplace well-being? Well, we had to bring in a big gun for this one. So joining us, we have Joni Petty, author of From Can't to Can Do, as well as the CEO of Resilient People. Now, she's worked with executives in over 12 countries to help teams bounce forward and not just bounce back. So absolutely here to not just survive, but to thrive.
Yes,
Exactly.
That's what it's about, right?
Exactly.
Johnny, how are we doing this morning?
We're doing well. You two look like you are thriving. You don't need a holiday this year.
We're trying. We're trying.
Last week.
You know what I'm saying? But I will say, Joni, burnout is so real and it creeps up on you, and sometimes
That's
you
right.
catch it too late. But
Yes.
this is exactly why we're having this conversation, because it is a word that gets thrown around a lot. So what I need for you to do is kind of distinguish between I'm so stressed
Yes.
and burnout.
Yeah.
What is the difference?
Okay. And we really need to do that, Carissa, because we overuse this term burnout as well. And I always say, change your words to change your world. So let's differentiate. So stress is you're tired, you've got a project, you've got to push through, but when that project, you've hit the finish line and you've got it over the line, you feel fine. Burnout is you just don't feel you're ever going to get it over the line. You're physically fatigued, you're mentally quite foggy, you're also quite disconnected from people. So you're cynical about people, and then you really just don't feel like you have a sense of meaning in your job. So it's that it does start from a physical sensation and an emotional exhaustion. And it's tough. I had burnout for a month.
A month.
A month, yeah, it was about 20 years ago. And I was put into bed for a month. Take those running shoes away, Joni, and be in bed. So I know what that feels like. It's horrendous. So I self-manage very well because I can push too hard. And then you just push yourself over the line and it's hard to come back.
What was that actual feeling of burnout like?
Yo,
Is it a
how-
physical thing? Is it just
Yes.
mental only?
It's absolutely physical. So I've got a strong mind and I kept on thinking, let me just get out of bed, go for a 5-kilometer
through,
walk,
yeah.
run,
Right.
and push through,
pushing,
but
keep
you
pushing,
can't.
yeah.
You can't. So it's all about us self-caring, doing a little mini stops. I mean, let's look at the 24-hour period, how you start your day, how you end your day. What are the practical things you do to make sure that you're not absolutely depleted every day of the week? I heard you speak about it's year end and 10 months, and we work for 10 months, Carissa. I don't want South Africans going on holiday thinking the first 10 days they need to sleep or the first week they need to sleep. That's a terrible way to start your holiday. You've got families to look after. You want to do fun things, new experiences. So let's self-manage now from, kind of the end of October to when we go on leave so that we can have a brilliant holiday with our families. And there's ways to do that.
Sure, you're starting to scare me now because I'm really keen on some sleep, but
Yeah.
no.
But not sleep for 10 days.
I'm
Not
going
for
to
10
manage it. I'm going to
days.
manage it though. I love this advice, but I also think that surely this is all exacerbated by AI, by
That's right.
automation in the workplace,
Yes.
right? So now we're all
Yep.
like petrified of what is this new world going to mean for my job? Am I safe?
right.
There's lack of security. I'm
Yeah.
sure people are feeling more anxious as well.
Yep.
Is this possibly something that could add to like a quicker burnout or a getting to burnout
100% spot
sooner?
spot on the money. Why? Because this brain here is a detection organ. So it's under threat all the time. Is my job going to be replaced? You know, what else do I need to do? I'm an older person, so I need to learn some AI techniques and technology and automation. So the cortisol going into your brain all the time from this low-grade fear is making you feel depleted.
Sure.
And you know, this front part of your brain is called the prefrontal cortex. That's the decision making. That's that, you know, mental clarity. And when that's depleted, your whole body feels depleted as well. So AI is exacerbating. It's blurred, you know, boundaries, etc. And it's the low-grade fear that people have. And jobs will go. We know that jobs
Yeah.
will go. The reason I wrote the book is that AI is disrupting in a magnificent way, but quite a scary way. So when we under that fear and uncertainty and speed and efficiency of AI, is like the brain doesn't like that. We want control, and the brain wants certainty.
Yeah.
So we need the 9 capabilities that AI can't replace. And as humans, we can level up, but we have to be intentional about how do we level up.
Well, Joni, I love this, and I love the fact that you've also raised your book, because I want to touch on that. Mental clarity is one of the capabilities that you do talk about in the book. So why is clarity so important when navigating these high-pressure situations that we go through?
Yeah, Carissa, that overwhelm, you know, the high-pressure situations, you've got so much to do, and you're kind of, where do I start? So mental clarity is that decision mastery. Where do I start? What is my priority? And leaders in businesses need to also know that. How do we make sure that people are coping and they're clear on the absolute priorities? You know, the good old urgent and important. How do we differentiate that?
Right.
So when you're clear mentally, then often emotionally you can cope, because you know what's a deadline, what's a priority, and who you're going to collaborate with to make that happen. So we really need to look at that. I look at 3 underbelly parts of mental clarity: decision mastery, and people are decision fatigued. Like, should I do this? Should I do that? Even on buying with AI, you know, maybe what shall I do? Narrative power. How do I speak to myself? How do I speak to others? And then what's my purpose and foresight? Purpose for the day. I'm not talking about clearing the ocean of plastics. I'm saying today, what do I need to do? And it could be taking my car for a service, or it could be really getting an Excel spreadsheet done with a whole group. So you've really got to look at mental clarity from a number of dimensions.
It's so crazy to me when I think of AI and how it almost at this point in time is taking these decisions away from the human being, because we've almost like checked out. We're tired and we're
That's
fatigued,
it.
and it's like,
Yeah.
AI can do it. And it's almost taking away all these things that are important to us. So it's time to take our power back, Mzansi, and we're going to keep doing exactly that and keep having a conversation about how we can do that. And of course, Jodi's not going anywhere. She wanted to go somewhere, but we said no. We have to stay because we're not done with you just yet. So Mzansi, don't go anywhere. If this conversation tickled your fancy, then trust me, the next one's going to get even better. And we've got a reason as to why you need to get in on this book, because it's not just a book to read, but it's something you can practice, action, and possibly use to change the situation that you're in. So yeah, you want to make some good actions right now, then don't go anywhere. We'll see you straight after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, sometimes you welcome back as your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Tuesday, and of course, that means Health Tuesday. And the most important health of them all is your mind. So let's get into garnering something positive for exactly that. And earlier, we unpacked the pressure cooker many workers are now living in. And now we focus on solutions and tools that build resilience, that boost focus, and help leaders lead with empathy. Now, still with us, the big gun, Joni Petty, is here, who believes the future of the workplace and well-being depends not just on what tech can do, but on what humans still do best. Yes, take back our power right now. Joni, thank you for the conversation on highlighting something that I think everybody can resonate with in terms of how we're feeling, how overwhelmed we are by the situation we're in, and how many choices we have to make in this world where we are inundated with so many as it is. I want to talk about something that you're quite skilled in, and especially when you're working with top leaders, top workers. How are you able to add advice to people that are probably, like many of us right now, constantly complaining about our energy is just depleted.
Yeah.
I can't anymore. I don't know if I can see the end of this.
That's it.
We've identified this within ourselves, but what can we do about it?
Yeah, okay. So let's start off with the trifecta. Let's win that trifecta.
Yeah,
actually.
okay.
So the trifecta first is sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep is your superpower. So that 7 hours is non-negotiable. And you've really got to build up, good night's sleep starts from the minute you wake up. So during the day, have you cut out that caffeine at 1 o'clock? Make sure that you have exercise during the day, even if it's micro exercise. So that's the second part of the trifecta.
Okay, so sleep, okay, got that, yeah.
Sleep. Chris is going to do some yoga, I believe, which will be great. So it could be stand up at your desk and do 10 squats.
Okay.
It can be as simple as that. We need to move every hour. If you sit for longer than 2 hours, your good cholesterol goes down by 40%.
Ooh.
This human body is not designed to sit.
Yeah,
Sitting is the new
yeah.
smoking. So you've
Please say that again.
Sitting is the new smoking. Let's stop that.
Preach.
You've got to get up and move. So get up and move. Walk down the corridor. Have a walking meeting with your colleagues. That's the second part of the trifecta.
Love that, yes.
The
Move,
third
okay.
part of the, can you guess the third part?
Is it fueling?
Yes,
diet? I
fueling,
would imagine, 'cause
diet.
that's
You're
very
on the
important.
money.
Yeah, okay. So fuel with purpose, right?
What are you putting at the end of your fork? What is going into your mouth? This organ here between your ears is a very hungry organ. It takes 20% of the energy that you consume. So if you're feeling depleted, maybe you're eating processed foods and sugar and too much caffeine. Just make sure that you fuel this ecosystem in a way that you have got energy. It's really important. So that trifecta is going to give you energy.
Okay, I love this. So this is practical advice we can take with us. This is a trifecta that
Yes.
could help our vessel deal with the chaos around us
it.
at the moment, right?
That's it.
Now, when it comes to moments of, let's say, I'm reading a lot of what's happened with regards to your coaching. I mean, you've worked
Yeah.
with Microsoft, you work with Airbnb.
Yes.
These are top sort of brands and brands that I think come under a lot of intense pressure constantly
Yes.
as well, right?
Yeah.
So you need a lot of methods and you need habits to help maybe stay grounded in a world
That's
where
it.
we're going in so many directions and
Yep.
we're maybe losing that direction per se. Grounding is something that can help us, but how do we get that when we are pulled in so many directions, when we're accountable to so many things, our family, our job,
That's it.
meeting the brand's expectations when you're working with a big
Yes.
company? What practices can we implement to get grounding? And I know that word gets thrown around as well. What does
Yeah.
that mean?
Well, there's physical grounding. I mean, we should take our shoes off
Yeah,
and get on the grass, which is
Yeah.
quite good. I've got some exco teams where we'll go outside and they've got, big offices and they do have grass, and we'll take our shoes off and we'll stand there and we'll debate a certain issue and we'll have courageous conversations. It's not about kumbaya and being nice to each other. We need to be rigorous, okay?
Yeah.
But that grounding, the specificity is to get your feet on grass. What I'm finding that employees need to do is actually start to collaborate around what are they going to do. When is the sprint work? Like if you're under pressure, you need to sprint, but then a sprint has to come to an end.
Yeah.
And then I also look at employees in a workplace who are saying, okay, let's look at our day. Our brain has what we call an ultradian rhythm, which is 90 minutes. So if you're going to sprint, you do a 90-minute sprint and then you have a break.
Wow,
and
okay.
everybody around you, phones are off, all kind of emails coming in, you just sprint on that topic.
Hyper-focused on
Hyper-focused is the word. And then you go, right, let's get outside, let's go for a walk, let's get some natural sunlight in our eyes, let's hydrate. I'm not against coffee, I'm a big coffee lover, but I just one coffee, one water, because the brain dehydrates. And then, you know, I've got cordless skipping ropes, I've got teams who are skipping. We really need to move during the day. So work hard, sprint, and then recover. Work hard, sprint, and then recover.
I love this. Okay, so you mentioned earlier there were a few things, and it also mentioned in the book,
Yeah.
that AI can't replace. And you
Yes.
mentioned 9 things
Yes,
specifically. Can
exactly.
we briefly touch on that just
We
to kind
can.
of
Put your
empower
safety
us?
belts on now. Go fast.
Because I know AI is taking everything away from us, so give us our power back. Yeah.
Give us our power back. So we really have, you know, as an ecosystem, I mean, you mentioned it, is that we've got to think about how do we keep mentally clear.
Yes.
So here's a really small practical piece of advice. In your diary, I'm a good old paper girl, but it could be on your electronic diary, 3 things that you're grateful for at the start of the day, because that orientates your brain to, hey, a can-do mode. 3 big things you have to get over the line. It could be book a dental appointment. It could be have that tough conversation to get a pay increase. It could be, you know, get your car in for a service. So 3 things you need to do today, because when we make ourselves promises and we don't fulfill that, our self-worth goes down. So from a mental clarity is 3-3-1. 3 things you're grateful for, 3 things you'll get over the line, and then 1 fun thing for the day.
Oh, I like that. you
We
included
forget
that.
the
Yes.
fun for mental clarity. When the brain's kind of flooded with dopamine and serotonin, you're actually more productive, 33% more productive. So we need to look at fun for mental clarity. Emotional agility, the big tip there I often give people is name your emotions to tame them. So there are 3,000 words for emotions. We often say we're mad, glad, sad, or afraid. Rather just name it with specificity. And there are lots of tools in the book as to how you can name your emotions.
Okay, so we can identify that using the book.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it calms down your brain. And then on the physical vitality, we've spoken about the trifecta, but also be mindfully present. When you're in a meeting, wiggle your toes in your shoes, like be in the moment so that you can actively listen, you can ask the right questions, you can get to the underbelly
Yes.
of the situation. Because often we leave meetings and we've all got different perspectives and that wastes time and energy and
No
a
one's
whole
on
lot
the
of
same
work.
page.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
exactly. So the 9 capabilities, I'll quickly go
Yeah.
through them. Purpose and foresight, decision mastery, and narrative power. That's the mental. The emotion is emotional wisdom. Relationships and trust. Trust is a worldwide deficit. We don't trust businesses, governments, etc.
Yeah, especially now, yeah.
Especially now. Inclusive leadership. How do we include people, the 22-year-olds in the business and the 70-year-olds? Let's be inclusive. And then the physical nexus is the energy and vitality, stress, resilience. Stress is not the enemy, hey? It's quite good to be stressed,
Good
but
stress,
in those
yeah, and
bursts,
certain doses and small
certain
amounts,
doses, yeah. And then the mindful presence. Be in the moment, because when your brain is all over the place, it's very draining of energy.
I feel somewhat refreshed from this conversation. I
Good.
feel like, listen, if you were overwhelmed right now, you have every reason to take your power back, and especially talking about this book, and there's so much to be excited about. I believe you've got a launch happening in...
Tonight, Cavendish, exclusive books, yep.
All right,
so
so
join
be there
us.
tonight, Cavendish, if you are in Cape Town, to get a chance to be immersed with this book and just have it activate something in your soul, which I think we all need right now. And especially if you're feeling like you're close to that word we talked about right now, burnout. It happens towards this time of the year, and you might need a reason to take your power back. So Joni Petty's got everything. You can find her online as well. If you're out in the rest of the country, then there's also opportunities to get that launch. But right now, I think it's the perfect opportunity to not just move our minds, but move these beautiful bodies. Thank you, Joni. That was beautiful.
Thank you. So lovely to chat.
Well, we feel well equipped up here, so let's get the body aligned with that as well. Today we'll be taking it easy with a gentle start into the morning with yoga with Kanya, a well-being architect, and that's exactly what we're getting into right now. So Mzansi, move some things out the way and get ready with us to do this beautiful, gentle 7-minute morning sweep. We just want to wake up, tune in, and of course ground from our roots, our feet, all the way to our crown, our head, and it's the perfect way to start the day. So Kanya, thank you so much for joining us today.
Good morning, everybody.
morning. All
We're
right.
going to get started and we're going to make our way onto our knees. And you'll bring the groceries over
Yeah.
your knees and you'll find that it actually lengthens your spine. I love in the morning to first feel into the spine because this is our center of movement. And we'll take a moment just to check in and close our eyes down and establish our breath as our anchor for the next moments as we move. Inhale now from your lower belly, diaphragm, chest, and exhale, chest, diaphragm, lower belly. Take one more like that. Inhaling, rising of lower belly, diaphragm, chest. Exhaling, chest descends, diaphragm descends, belly descends. Then let's flutter our eyes open and bring our hands to our thighs and feel into your own beautiful thighs, feeling into your temperature. And we're going to take yes and no's, starting up on the inhale with our yeses, and then you exhale. Allow for your eyes to also come into this movement as we're opening up the optic nerves. Exhale. One last one like that. Mobilizing the neck. And let's come back to center, look straight ahead, smile, feel that opening. And we're gonna take our nose now. So we're starting to the right, exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, left side. Feel how that is opening up your ears, your neck, your throat. You're really working with your brain fluid, checking in on a physical movement level, but really encouraging your head to move with your body and not to be out. Let's come back to center. And from here, we'll bring our palms just to the side as a gesture of grounding into the earth, and we'll move again. Breath leads, body follows. The inhalation, the arms start to sweep up. Your eyes are following your palms all the way up. Turn the palms to the side as you release the breath down. Opening up those arm lines, which connect us to our heart, our emotion center. Beautiful way of also mobilizing the wrists and joint complexes. And let's take one final one before we get on all fours. Exhaling. Palms can come to the thighs again as a gesture of integrating, feeling the medicine of that movement. And before we simply move forward, we're going to raise our sit bones off, press into the shins, bring your hands in front of you into a tabletop, and you're seeking for your wrists to be in line with your shoulders, your knees to be underneath your hips. You can be wide or tight. And we're going to take a bit of cat-cow, which is going into flexion and extension. So breath leads, body follows. Let's inhale together, coming into that cow-like shape, gaze curling up. You exhale, press the feet, hands into the mat. Look at your own belly button or knees. Two more like this, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Encourage a little smile as a gesture of brightening up your day. Last cat spine, and simply let your sit bones go back to your heels again. Take a moment here to feel. We're going to take a little biggish shape now that we've mobilized. And again, we inhale and we come to tabletop. Hands pressed down, toes tuck under. And now this pelvis that we found stability in, we're going to use it and send the groceries up into the sky and raise the knees off into a down dog. So you inhale, and on your exhale, you just raise your sit bones up to the sky and you find a little dog. You can make it short, you can make it long, bent knees, and then just move around. Feel into your own intuitive midline, what it's asking you to do. This is your own sweep. Scan, you're tuning in. And then let's stabilize and hold here for 3 breaths. Feel for pressing your hands against the mat and feet in, and sending your crown towards the earth. You can shake out your head.
Well, Kanya, we'll continue doing this right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And of course, take the most beautiful break right now. And that felt like a break in the middle of our morning. So thank you so much. Just being a wellness architect, making sure that our bodies and our mind are 100% on the right path. I definitely feel like I've just got started. So we'll continue with all the movement right here while we take a short break, and then be back with some more Feel Good right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
That was
Only you can make my day. It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, Mzansi. Always so good to be with you. And I feel like we started off the morning just on a high. I say that because we're trying to fight burnout. This whole entire year, it has been crazy. But you know what? You made it, you're making it, and we're going to finish strong. And speaking of being strong, this morning, our guest is a literary powerhouse who took South Africa and the world by storm with her debut novel, Coconut, written at just 21 years old. The book earned her the European Union Literary Award and the Wole Soyinka Prize for Literature in Africa. My friend, she's not only an award-winning author, but also a medical doctor and public health advocate, a true force of intellect and compassion. And I'm so excited for us to have her today as she celebrates a brand new novel, Mosadi, which is all about women, empowering them, and just truly getting to the crux of what it means to be an incredible woman in this country, which is each and every one of you ladies. Everyone, let's give her a feel-good welcome. It's Dr. Kopano Matra. Is there a doc in the building? I think there is. Yes, I think there is. Hi, Doc. How are you?
Hello, I am good. I am good. Thank you, Zanetta. Thank you for having me here.
Of course, thank you for coming. Oh my goodness, we're in the presence of greatness, literally rather. And I feel like you are someone that has such an inspiring story. But let's just start just in terms of you and deciding you want to be a doctor, but you also want to write. That is completely like worlds apart, but not at the same time, because I feel like you guys are a wealth of knowledge. How do you feel like these two different things that you do feed into each other?
Yeah. Look, I didn't know I could write, so I think I feel very blessed and privileged that anybody wants to read my writing. It was always just a hobby.
Yes.
But I'm grateful it's landed where it has. But I love stories, and I think there's... you sit at the bedside, right? When you are seeing people in the wards and hospitals, you sit at the bedside. So I think I always felt that storytelling, the vulnerability of people allowing you into that space.
Yes.
It's something that sort of was very similar to my writing. So I think the two do sort of intersect in some way.
I love that. Well, I mean, you've done it beautifully because already at the beginning of your medical career, you were like 21 years old. Here's an incredible piece of work. Talk to us about that. How did you balance being fresh into this medical world, but then also now you're writing an entire book?
Yeah. Look, I mean, I entered a competition. I didn't know I was going to win. It was an incredible opportunity that I did. I was terrified. I think I remember my dad saying, "Kopano, focus, like we're here to get a medical degree." So I was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? Am I going to fail?
Yes.
But I'm so grateful for the opportunity. I think it expanded my world. I still got my medical degree, but I also entered into this whole new literary world that I knew nothing about, which was an incredible experience.
Yeah, no, but you did it with so much grace because look at you. I mean, having best of both worlds and doing it so amazingly. Let's talk about particularly this book that you have for us. I think
Right.
another gift, Musadi.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about womanhood. It's all about telling the stories of women.
Yeah.
Talk to us about it. What
Yeah.
exactly inspired it?
Yeah, so Bosadi, as many people know, it's about womanhood, motherhood. I think about it as a prayer for women. I started writing it during COVID, and there we were grappling with like everything that's happening, but also this like shadow pandemic, as it was called, like GBV, girls, women, constantly, you know, like all of that mess. And yeah, it killed me. It broke me. And so I took pen to paper, and that's how Busadi started to be born. So it's a book about marriage. It's a book about womanhood. It's a book about friendship, about hope, about faith, about unanswered prayers, but resilience.
Sure.
So it's, all of that.
It sounds powerful. That's what I love. It sounds powerful, and it's from a powerful woman, which, I mean, that's why I say it sounds powerful. But talk to me about what you want women to take from it.
I want them to feel seen. I think we live in a society where, you know, we celebrate women, but still there's a lot of ugly stuff that happens.
Yes.
And so I think it's a book that I hope women feel seen. I also think it's a book that creates a healthy discomfort with just how common GBV is in our society, right? That it makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable because it should be uncomfortable.
100%.
And it should not be the sort of background music to day-to-day life in society that we become so used to. But I also think it's a book about hope and the beauty that is woman, right? And to celebrate that as well.
And we're phenomenal, thank you very
We
much.
are indeed.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, speaking of being phenomenal, you're the person who founded the Grow Great campaign and your foundation. Talk to us about that. What was it that, you know, initially just said, okay, I need to do this, but also how does it continue to feed into your
so
career?
I worked for an incredible philanthropic organization at the time, the DG Murray Trust. They're based in Cape Town. They do incredible work. And this is something that the organization had been wanting to do. And I had the opportunity to step into it. I worked with an incredible team addressing childhood malnutrition in South Africa, running mom and baby groups, working with community healthcare workers. It was such a privilege. That was a glorious 5 years of my life. And in fact, I believe it's Grow Great's 7th birthday tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
So I've hence,
Happy 7th
I know,
birthday.
I've hence moved on, but the organization continues to grow. It's under incredible leadership with a brilliant team and is thriving.
I love that. And you're thriving in your new position, ma'am, which is the interim deputy director of Health Africa for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Talk to us about that. You know, how's it expanded your understanding of where even Africa stands when it comes to health?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's been an incredible opportunity to expand beyond South Africa. I've always worked just in South Africa. So being able to work in Nigeria and Kenya and Tanzania and Ethiopia is such a privilege because we are so beautiful as an African people.
Facts.
And there's so much to contribute to. There's so much to learn.
Yeah.
So I think that's been incredible. I work with incredible colleagues, some of the most talented, brilliant people on the continent. And so that's an incredible privilege. And our founders are incredibly generous people that have devoted their lives to doing this work. And so that's a privilege too.
We love that. And this is why then I need to ask you because, I mean, we have the privilege of getting to read all of these beautiful thoughts that came to you since 2020. Talk to us about the book. Where can we get it?
So at any good bookstore.
Any
they don't have it.
beautiful bookstore.
It launches today at Hyde Park. So come join us at 7 p.m. On your Kindle, at any good bookstore, you can find the book.
Beautiful. Well, congratulations,
Thank
my
you.
queen, our
Thank you so
Pan-African
much.
doctor. We appreciate you. And
you.
here's to 7 years of Grow Great, but also here's to Musadi. Thank
for
you. And thank you for spoiling us with this giveaway. We are very excited about it because Mzansi, you get to shine, baby, and get yourself a Musadi copy as well. But this is how. Listen properly, my friend. We're giving away 2 times Musadi novels to 2 lucky winners. And all you got to do, we are, of course, reminded about the brokenness of women sometimes in South Africa in this book, along with just how there's beauty to it and the resilience, as you heard from Dr. Kopano Matra. And friend, today, all you gotta do is head over to social media and tell us what's the one thing that helps you stay grounded when life feels overwhelming, because it can get overwhelming. And all you gotta do is either tell us on Instagram or Facebook and let us know what your answer is. And just like that, you entered into it and you could be a winner. The competition starts today and closes on Friday, the 24th of October. T's and C's do apply, and you can find them on expressoshow.com. But go and tell us, because we know life gets overwhelming for each and every one of us. But we want to know, what do you do when it just gets a bit too much? And hopefully you could be the winner of one of these beautiful books from this incredible doctor that we're joined by today. And I do obviously know that you want to do this. So go on and be a part of this incredible movement, which is Musadi. For now, my friend, as you get into your morning, we're making sure that you feel good. And of course, my amazing family over there in Cape Town, are you feeling inspired? Because I know I am.
Oh, inspiration is an understatement right now, and we're going to keep that good feeling going all the way from the mind back to the body, and more specifically, the belly. Yes, we're in the kitchen, and we got something special for you. We've got a vibrant sheet pan trout bowl. Yes, that is what's going down, and it's a one-pan wonder that brings together crispy roasted potatoes. They are quite tender. We've got flaky trout and a creamy avo dressing that just ties this thing all together. It's light, nourishing, packed with flavor. I think this one is perfect for a weeknight dinner that feels special without the fuss. So my compadre Carissa is here because we are on, what would we call this, like marriage duties?
We
We're
are.
stepping up our partner game.
We're trying our best. Listen, if they already said I do and we've made it across the aisle, we
Yes.
need to at least show up in some way.
Give them a
You know what I'm
reason
saying?
to
stay.
celebrate that moment. How's your like fish prep game and that sort of thing?
Fish makes me very nervous.
Okay.
I think it can go wrong very quickly, but when you get it right, and I feel like a one-sheet meal.
Yeah, that's already like our kind of vibe.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Yeah.
if it goes wrong, it was the oven, it wasn't me. So what are we doing?
So this is pretty easy, right? Literally, I've got all the ingredients here, and you
Yeah.
don't have to do much about it. It's literally popping it into our one tray or one pan wonder, right? And this is the tray that we're going to be using. We've got some baking paper over here just to stop anything from like really sticking to the surface.
Yeah.
But literally, you can arrange this however you want, right? So if you want to get creative, if you want to go from like lines, we've got a cool version, but I'm going to go rustic.
I
is our
love
word,
it.
and mix it all up. Mix, match, mingles, geengels. And what's going in here? We've got potatoes, tomatoes, we got some aubergines going in there.
Smoked paprika?
Yeah, nice.
I
That
was
is smoked
hoping
paprika.
so.
So what I'm going to do is actually pop the meat down first,
Yeah.
so that I can get that on all of the stuff that's going in here. So like I said,
Beautiful.
it's a mix and a match. I'm not going to put too much of the fish in a crazy array, but that looks pretty cool.
That is great.
Now the fun part. Salt and pepper goes on here. And then really, if you have any sort of favorites that you want to include, you can. But like you said, we got a little bit of smokiness and a
I
little bit
use
of heat.
paprika on everything.
It's quite a cool addition, right?
I'm such a fan. And the smoked one in particular just adds like a depth of flavor. That's so interesting.
And it's more flavor than it is just hotness and like heat, which I think is very appreciated when you want the flavors of your dish to stand out quite a bit. So lastly, I've got some garlic powder going on here. And pretty much the word voila comes into play because this one's done. Just drizzle it with a little bit of oil. Make sure that nothing gets a bit too dry. And this one, like I said, is done. That goes in the oven, and you kind of want to put it on about 220 degrees, 20 minutes or so. Pay attention to it though. Maybe put the oven light on so you can see what's really going on with your oven, because everybody's different.
Yeah.
But guys, that's how easy this step is. And I'm going to hand it over to you because we got to dip this in something good.
We
and
do.
Avo's on the menu.
So usually when it comes to roast, you think gravy, but this time around we've got a beautiful light avocado dressing that honestly is going to be everybody's favorite. So let's open up our blender, and then inside we're just going in with some plain yogurt.
Nice.
You can use Greek yogurt if you want extra protein, extra benefits from that as well. So that goes straight in.
But the plain yogurt already is going to give it extra creaminess, extra like body body as well. So
I'm
this one's going to go
telling
the
you.
distance. I think the biggest issue with a lot of the sauces that we make, especially when you're making like an avo dip,
Yeah.
it's not enough. Right? You always have like less dip than the stuff you're
You're like,
dipping
come
in.
on, man.
So we've got to change that ratio.
Well, you could even double this if you needed to, especially you can keep it for the next day as long as you include a lot of lemon in it so it doesn't oxidize. Okay, no avocado zest gets left behind.
Double this for the double dippers. There's a lot of you out there.
Are you talking about yourself?
Yes.
Are you a double dipper, Raul? Guilty.
Guilty. That is I. I'm actually not a double dipper. I'm like a scooper. So whatever I'm using, whether it's like a piece of potato in this instance or something, I'm going to scoop as much of
Scoop
that
it all
sauce
in.
as I can. I turn things into spoons.
I love
That's my
that.
skill.
That's the point, isn't it? Okay, water, lemon juice, and then of course olive oil, some garlic, and some seasoning, and that's all you really need. And I know you're gonna scoop everything. You're gonna lick every part of the bowl with this.
Scoopify.
Because wow, avocado is really the girl she thinks she is. So
It is. And again, I know we always make fun of this, but it's a fat. So it's one of
it's
your
a
favorites as well.
fact. I know it's a fact. I thought you said it's a fact. It's a fact. It is a fact that I do love fats. Yes.
I think
See,
we all actually do. It's not just you. I'm a big sucker of it as well. It's
it's so tasty.
I know. Are we going rustic or smooth?
Hopefully smooth. Okay, I think it needs a little bit more liquid. Can I
Yeah.
use some of your oil, maybe?
I think you can just get some water in that if you
Or
want
some-
to.
yeah, some water.
Let me in the shot glass. I love that. Make sure
Why
it's on
not?
cold.
1 shot of water, please.
Okay, there's 1 shot of water. I'm gonna load up another one just in case you do need.
I think this might be good. All right,
another
let's
one? You
bend
good?
that one, yeah.
I also find you gotta like shake the bits around the blade.
Yeah.
Here we go. Now we're
That's
talking.
it. I mean, avocado is already creamy, so you don't need too much, but that
That looks good.
looks really good.
That looks like I could spoon that up for sure.
100%. Are you the big spoon or the small spoon?
I'm the big spoon,
The big-
always. Not always, actually, but most of the time.
Okay, and then we just gotta scoop it out into. I'll just use maybe this one over here.
Yes, the illusion of there being more than there needs to be. Use a small bowl. Hey, that really does actually look good.
Doesn't it look so fantastic?
Yeah.
And then I would even put like some chili flakes on here as well. Add some extra heat, some depth of flavor.
And just like garnish it and dress it all up.
Garnish,
I'm actually
coriander.
Ooh, yeah, not for myself and G, but I
Not
think
for
for
you
South Africa,
guys.
absolutely. And a coriander on something like this, I know for those that do love it, would pair perfectly.
Right?
So if that's your flavor, then dig in and enjoy. Bro, how easy was that?
That was so easy.
Nicely done.
That's a Tuesday night dinner, absolutely
Yeah.
sorted. And I love the fact that, like I said, you have this. A great tip is to actually leave the pip in it and leave it in your fridge. Then it doesn't oxidize as quickly.
Wait, what?
They say that.
Who's they?
They say that is what I'm telling
All right,
you.
well, listen, they are onto something, and by they're also the ones that said scan the QR code right now. Get this recipe. It's a whole lot of health coming your way, and we're not stopping because more from us in the kitchen, and not just our kitchen, but Josie's kitchen's going to be heating up as well, Mzansi. Don't go anywhere. The health continues after this. This is looking good.
They did say that, I promise.
Only you can make my day.
South Africa, it's time to fuel your wanderlust because Shell is giving you and a partner of your choice the chance to win the ultimate South African road trip experience.
That's right. With Shell V-Power, 5 lucky couples will win a once-in-a-lifetime road trip and track experience. And entering couldn't be easier. Simply spend 750 Rand or more, tap or scan your V Plus rewards card 3 times this month, and you're in the running.
Oh, so please start those engines and let Shell V-Power take you places you'll never forget. T's and C's apply. Find them all at expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It's just gone 7 o'clock on the dot. It is time for your national news headlines to get into the second hour of your Feel Good Breakfast Show, where South African police arrested more than 17,000 suspects and seized nearly 180 unlicensed firearms during the week-long Operation Shanela. Now, over 2,000 most wanted individuals linked to violent crimes, including murder, rape, and hijackings, were among those arrested. Now, authorities also confiscated ammunition, alcohol, contraband worth 7.2 million rand, and 74 stolen vehicles. Meanwhile, the government and police are finalizing plans to equip officers with body cameras, purchasing 100 units annually at 29,000 rand each to improve accountability and strengthen law enforcement effectiveness nationwide. Well, in other news in the country, Transport Minister Barbara Creecy says preliminary findings suggest the fatal Louis Trichardt bus crash over the weekend involved high speed and faulty brakes. Now, the bus with a seating capacity of 62 carried 91 passengers when it crashed, killing 44. Now, Creecy has requested inspections of the bus fleet for roadworthiness and legal advice regarding potential culpable homicide. Zimbabwe and Malawi have meanwhile pledged to cover repatriation and medical costs. Families of the deceased and injured are receiving assistance as identification continues at Siloam Hospital, highlighting cross-border cooperation in the tragic accident. Taking a look further afield at your international news making headlines, where King Charles and Pope Leo will become the first British monarch and pontiff to pray together at a church service since the 16th century. Reformation. Now, the historic service set in the Sistine Chapel during the royal state visit tomorrow and Thursday will unite clergy and choirs from the Church of England and the Roman Catholic Church under Michelangelo's famed ceiling. Now, focused on environmental stewardship, the ecumenical service symbolizes reconciliation as well as harmony between the two faiths, marking a historic milestone in interfaith relations. Meanwhile, Morocco's 2026 draft budget allocates $15 billion to health and education, a 6% increase from last year, responding to recent youth protests for better services. Now, the spending comes as the economy is projected to grow 4.8% this year. Now, additional funds target regional inequalities, while draft laws aim to increase youth and women's political participation and bar convicted candidates. Now, candidates under 35 years old would get simplified rules and 75% campaign funding support. Parliament will review the budget after the Finance Minister's presentation next week. And finally, Flensburg, Switzerland is again making headlines with its annual Cow Grand Prix, where 9 cows will thunder down alpine pastures to the delight of thousands. Now, women jockeys cling on for dear life as cows meander, sprint, or politely stop for a snack, making each race unpredictably hilarious. Now, spectators cheer, live streams go viral, and the ultimate prize of 40-kilogram bag of feed, a cowbell, and local bragging rights adds to the fun. Now, last year's champion Viola zoomed past on the final leap unchallenged, but here, participation and laughter matter more than winning. Now, the quirky event perfectly blends tradition, sport, and the kind of viral amusement that trends worldwide. Great way to close off your 7 o'clock news. Time now for the sporting highlights given to you by Raul.
Thank you so much, Carissa. And yes, let's dive into all things sport right now, and starting with the rugby. Now, former SA Under-20 captain Zachary Porton has received a surprise Springbok call-up for the 5-match outgoing tour starting against Japan on the 1st of November. Now, the 20-year-old Stormers prop joins a 36-man squad that sees recalls for Johan Grobler as well as Gerard Steenkamp, while veterans Bongi Mbonambi and Vincent Koch miss out. Well, from rugby, move to cricket next, and South Africa restricted Pakistan to 259 runs for 5 wickets on day 1 of the second test in Rawalpindi on Monday. Now, Shan Masudu struck a 87-run innings and Abdullah Shafiq on 57 led for the hosts, while Keshaf Maharaj had 2 for 63 and Simon Harmer 2 for 75, who both shared 4 wickets. Now, on top of this, Kagiso Rabada struck late as Pakistan closed on 259 runs for 5 wickets in 91 overs. While we're carrying on the cricket and move to the ladies, where Sri Lanka snatched a dramatic 7-run win over Bangladesh in Navi Mumbai on Monday to claim their first Women's World Cup victory. Now, captain Chamari Atapattu produced a stunning final over, taking 4 wickets in 4 balls to defend 9 runs and finish with career best figures of 4 for 42, and that rescuing Sri Lanka's campaign. Now, Bangladesh, meanwhile, became the first team to be eliminated from the tournament. Now, lastly, in our roundup of sport, we move to footballing news, and Brentford cruised to a 2-0 win over West Ham, handing the Hammers their 5th straight home defeat, which is their worst run since 1931. Now, Igor Thiago as well as Matthias Jensen struck for the dominant visitors, while West Ham managed just 1 shot on target in a lifeless display that leaves them second bottom with 4 points. Well, that's all we have for sport. We move to traffic next, and hopefully we can assist you because many of you heading to work and heading on the roads.
Well, thank you so much, Raul. Let's see what is happening out in Century City in the Mother City, where heavy congestion is currently being experienced on the N7 southbound at the N1 inbound ramp. Now, expect delays in the area and, of course, allow for added travel time if that's on your route. While sitting in Cape Town but heading to Kales River, congestion is reported on the R300 North at Old Paarl Ramp. Now, currently, significant delays are being expected along the affected route, and motorists are urged to plan accordingly. But wherever you're headed this morning, Mzansi, always remember to buckle up, put a great playlist on, and arrive alive. That is where we leave your 7 o'clock traffic. Let's get into your weather. The South African Weather Service has warned of extreme high fire danger, and that's over Kamiesberg in the Northern Cape and the Bergrivier in the Western Cape. Now, as a heat wave with persistently high temperatures grips Richterveld as well as Mitsikama until tomorrow. Now, very hot and uncomfortable conditions are expected over the West Coast District and Kamiesberg. Meanwhile, heavy rains and thunderstorms are forecast across parts of the country later this week after a rainy weekend. Now, forecaster Tokelo Chulwane says a cold front will bring more rain, followed by a gradual rise in temperatures, particularly over central and eastern provinces. Well, a polarity in weather brings us all to that sunrise view to balance it all off of this hour. And Sumaya Conrad, our favorite out in Weinberg in the Mother City, has shared this gorgeous morning view. I mean, the only thing to say is, as the beautiful rays are cutting through there on those gorgeous clouds in the sky. Listen, Sumaya, you better get ready with that SPF because 27 degrees is what you can expect on your side of town. And if you are from Cape Town, brace yourself for some warm weather. But remember to share that beautiful morning view with us on this number, 063-036-9649, and let us know what it's looking like on your side of town as we get into your temperatures for the rest of the country.
And there you have it, your temperatures for today, Mzansi. And we always tell you, no matter the weather, as long as we're together. And speaking of being together, I hope we are one when it comes to the fact that, friend, you need to get involved. Because Mzansi Powerball just got bigger and the stakes are even higher with a mind-blowing 160 million rand estimated jackpot this Tuesday. Play now. And all you got to do is buy your tickets now in store or on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# for USSD. We've posted all of these details on our Expresso show pages, so you can head out onto social media and find it there. But Panda Push Up Play Powerball for the staggering 160 million rand estimated jackpot today. And you could win multi-millions. It could be all yours, but also you don't want to go and buy your tickets. Do the right thing, Mzansi. And speaking of doing the right thing, in a little bit, we get into some more deliciousness right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. I am talking about the fact that we're about to see in real time how, in fact, Ricky Rick's legacy is living on, my friend. The power of words, because he himself was a lyricist of note, and I cannot wait for you to see exactly what we're talking about. And then Mashudu is in the building, and she has released her new EP. And my friend, it is all about the last season of love. It's all coming up right here on S3. Do not go anywhere. We're going to take a short break, and we'll see you after this.
Only you can make my day. I said yes.
Whatever your reason to go, you could get up to 100% off on flights. Book on our banking app. Your story matters.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, yes, we're having the most beautiful morning with you, Mzansi, and thank you so much for trusting us to make sure you're feeling good. No matter where you are, we're glad we get to reach you because this, of course, is Expresso after all. And we've been promising you all morning about how we're going to be getting to celebrate Mashudu, award-winning songwriter and powerhouse vocalist. She's back with a brand new project that's capturing hearts everywhere. Her latest EP, The Last Season of Love, takes listeners on an emotional journey from the first note to the last. With fans already calling it an instant classic, I'm so glad we get to celebrate her. Everyone, let's give her a feel-good welcome. It is none other than Mashudu. Hello, my gorgeous. All right, baby.
I'm good. How about you?
I'm amazing, thank you. Our opera gone, I'm a piano queen. Sana, how did you make that decision?
I feel like Amapiano just found me in between because I had actually left music after doing like that opera tour.
Really?
So I had focused on school because I'm also into like science.
Yeah.
But then when I met Soa again, I was like, "Hey, music, man. Music is something most probably that I'm meant to do."
That is so beautiful. And also, why had you stopped music?
My mom was like, no. I need to go back to school because I was very young, at the age of 7 until 16.
That's crazy. Yeah. But I'm so glad you decided to come back because something like music is a calling. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Which is why, for you, you've been able to carve out your own path when it comes to Amapiano, and you literally have this sound that belongs to you. How did you do that? And what elements do you feel like make your music really just so uniquely Umashudu?
I feel like I'm more of like a tribalism I'm vocalist.
Okay.
So I'm adding it on into Amapiano, especially with my low tone.
Yeah.
Because come to think of it, in opera I had a very high tone.
Yes,
but when
of
I came to
course.
Soa, like I came on to find myself having a lower voice.
Really? And how has that transition been for you?
It's been amazing because I had support from, I said Soa, there was Mdu, TRP, and I also had Jaivani in between. So those are people that were telling me, hey, do it again, start again, do it again.
I love that. And babes, your hit list when it comes to collaborations, yeah, it's got the fire. From Kabza De Small to Calvin Momo to DJ Maporisa. You know, I feel like you are somebody that anyone can work with, and that's really beautiful, and it just speaks to your craft. Yeah. But talk to us about the key lessons that you've kind of just, really learned along the way in terms of collaborating with these different people.
I've learned how to listen to myself because at some point you get nervous when you meet this guy was most probably maybe I should sound a certain way.
Yeah.
Just maybe he'll. But I met people that actually tell you to be yourself at that moment, and they listen to a vocalist.
Yeah.
They try to understand you and incorporate your sound into their sound.
I love that. Yeah. And do you have any moment in studio with any one of them where it was either like a really key lesson or it was a memorable moment where you're like, I'm never going to forget this in my career?
I will never forget Kelvin Momo. I feel like I think I work with him a lot because of that. There was a time where I was feeling really anxious.
Okay.
And then he came on to me and went like, nah, man, this is you. This is what you want to do. Own it. And then I realized how much I look down on my career compared to other people. And then I started being confident moving forward.
Oh, I love that. That's so beautiful. And especially because him as an artist, he understands that as well, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you get in your own head. But I'm so glad that he was able to get you out of it, girl. And for you to do the things, because now we have a beautiful EP, The Last Season of Love. Let's jump into it. What is the meaning of The Last Season of Love?
I feel like my songs, I've done a lot of love songs. So this is the last season where I actually come out with a project that talks about love.
Oh, hectic.
Yes.
Why? Where are you going after the love, Sana?
Somewhere in between. I think I've never connected with my people like deeply.
Okay.
So I think I want to incorporate that a little bit into my music.
Hectic. Okay. I like this. I like the fact that you're even guiding us. You're like, guys, here's my last. You see what's coming up. That's beautiful. But in terms of you and the EP, what was your creative approach with it then? Especially with you saying that this is the final bit of love that you guys are getting.
I feel that I incorporated a lot of my love life in general. I think I looked at it from a point of my love life, but at the same time, it was more of me trying to tell my people that I'm focusing more on myself now compared to focusing on other things.
Sure, that's so interesting, babe. And I mean, I feel like you're someone who consistently puts out incredible work, right?
Yes.
So yes, we've got The Last Season of Love now, but how does it differ to, your previous work, even just looking at your 2024 EP, Mvumi?
Mvumi was more of I'm in love, and then the last season was more of like closing out a chapter. So I think that's the difference between both of them.
Hectic. Did you go through a breakup, Sana?
Sana.
Hey, Sana. Hey, but it's fine. You will be strong. We will be strong. It's okay. But I love the way you've taken us along for the journey. I think that's beautiful.
Yes.
But what does the future look like for Mashudu?
Incorporating more of myself and more of how I feel everyday life. It's not that I'm going to go in depth, but I will go in depth.
I love that. Well, babes, I'm glad that you're not going anywhere because you're still with us for the morning. Congratulations on your new EP.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, we can't wait to just see you grow and just enjoy what you're doing as well, because I think that that's the most important thing.
Thank you.
Thank you, gorgeous. Zanzi, you're about to be blown away by this superstar. She is going to be indeed bringing you some vibes from the last season of Love. And you heard, last school love when it comes to my shoot, so you must enjoy, okay? So you gotta stick around. Like we said, it's absolutely just running rampant all across South Africa because it is just so beautiful to the ear. But you get an exclusive performance right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Make sure you do not go anywhere. For now, though, let's check out what's happening with our Cape TZ family. What's going on, fam?
Oh, Joe Sizzles and I will say that we're just a little bit jealous that you got my shooter right there in the flesh in person, but we very much are looking forward to that performance in just a little bit. And you know what? I think one person that would be proud of this woman is Ricky Rick. Now, they say that words can either break us or build us, and in this case, they're helping to heal. And
Yeah,
here's
bring
why.
that word on. We're talking about the Words That Heal campaign by Sandton City in collaboration with Ricky Rick's Foundation, which celebrates the power of music, art, and community, all to lift people up and remind us that none of us are alone. Let's take a look.
There's a reason why we remember how someone made us feel, and sometimes it only takes a few words to pull someone out of the dark. This month, Sandton City and the Ricky Rick Foundation are calling on all of us to share words that heal and to raise our voices for mental health awareness.
When I say Ricky, you say Rick. Rick, Rick, Ricky, Rick. And when I said we never died, you said we multiplied. We never died. We never died. We multiplied.
Lana, this is such an incredible campaign. What inspired Sandton City to do something like this, to create a campaign called Words That Heal?
You know, when we thought about our year at Sandton City in 2025, and we just really thought, what is really going to make an impact in our world today? And mental wellness is such a hot topic. It's such a topic that people really don't speak about. There's such a stigma around sharing your emotions and sharing how you feel. It was a passion project for us at Sandton City, so we decided to create a concept that really spoke to sharing your words, and so Words That Heal.
This campaign carries a lot of emotional weight. What are some of the challenges you've had to overcome to be where you are today?
This is all about messages and raising your voice. That was the hardest part for us to do. People are so nervous to share their voice, to share their messages. They feel a little bit scared. And so when we kicked off with this campaign in July, the first call to action was, please raise your voice for mental wellness, share your messages of hope and support. There's just a stigma around people, even privately sharing a message. It's a tough place to be.
So the foundation's very rooted in creating messages for young kids about upliftment and hope and giving them opportunities, whether it's in giving encouragement and being there for them, or actually providing them real life opportunities through the initiatives that the foundation puts out.
We just never, ever know what somebody is going through, you know what I mean? Whether they have a smile on their face, whether they're going through the most, you never know when the last day is. So you want to make sure that you are constantly reinforcing love, hope, reminding them that they have a sound mind, that they are good, that they are blessed, that they are loved, you know? So I think it is like so important, not only today, not only in Sandton, not only on the TV, but even you there at home, where you are. A word truly has the power to heal, and I think it's so important to share that message.
The basis of this whole campaign, besides sharing your message, is really about also the Ricky Rick Foundation collaboration that we've done. It's such an important foundation. They focus really so much on the youth. And what we needed to do with Samurai Farai was create bespoke, limited edition merchandise of hoodies, t-shirts, and scarves. I'm actually wearing my scarf right now. Oh. These are for sale at our pop-up shop, which we actually launched up this evening, and all of the proceeds go to the Ricky Rick Foundation to ensure that our youth really get the support and encouragement that they need.
Mental health work is not just clinical, it's communal. It's found in storytelling, in safe spaces, and in moments like this where art and empathy meet. May this campaign be a reminder. Healing doesn't only happen in therapy rooms. It happens in community, in conversation, and in courage. Thank you to the Ricky Rick Foundation, Santa City, and every partner who helped bring this vision to life. And thank you to everyone here tonight for showing up, for listening, and for helping us make mental health something we speak about, not whisper.
In the words of Ricky Rick, we don't die, we multiply, and this movement is living proof of that. Through voice notes, lyrics, as well as wearable art, Words That Heal is turning pain into purpose and memory into momentum. For more info, visit santancity.com or rickyrickfoundation.co.za. And to pledge your support, go to rickyrickfoundation.co.za/pledges. The WhatsApp line is still open. Send your voice note to 063-980-5816 or scan the QR code on site to get involved. Together, we can raise our voices and create a world where healing is loud, visible, and shared.
And what a great reminder that we never die.
We multiply.
Time and time again, a beautiful reminder that healing can sound, look, and feel different for all of us, but it's always stronger when we share it.
Yeah, absolutely. Happiness is best shared. That's my ultimate statement. So I want you to visit the Words That Heal pop-up in Santon City to purchase the limited edition merch. And the merchandise there is just absolutely stellar. And obviously all these proceeds from the sales will go to the Ricky Rick Foundation. Oh,
Absolutely
I love this kind of
stunning.
work, man.
Same.
Impact at its finest.
Come on, not only Mental Health Awareness Month, but every single month. We hope that this will continue. But let's continue right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Tracy Lee Rossett is coming on through, one of our favorites. And we're going to delve into a little bit of entertainment news. And it is spicy today. My goodness, get ready, Mzansi.
We also got a performance coming through. Mashuru is standing by for that. We had the conversation, but now we get the entertainment. So yes, you're all going to be entertained. And I don't want you to go anywhere. Maybe grab a coffee, but come right back. We'll see you soon.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. It sure is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're hoping that you're feeling super good this morning. If not, I've got something just for you. From red carpets to runway revolutions. Now, we're covering it all today, and who better to join us than one of our favorites, Tracy Lee Rossett, a creative absolute powerhouse, blending fashion and art, and most importantly, bringing in purpose. Now, she's here to chat about her latest projects, her passion for sustainability, and everything that's really making waves in the world of entertainment. Trace,
hey, my girl.
My girl. Oh,
I feel
How you doing?
special. I feel
Yes.
good. I feel special because I mean I was this one's first stylist.
Ever.
What?
Yeah, ever.
So
ever,
you
ever.
opened the door up for her, actually.
you know what I'm saying?
In my first TV
Yeah.
breakout moment, Tracy was the stylist
Oh,
for the
but
show.
Ralph's first brand deal also came through me.
Literally,
so,
I'm still waiting to get to the level where I get styled by her. But
You know?
this chick has been probably the most consistent one that I've seen in the entire game. She has
Sure.
unrelentless. She has not stopped. And I don't know how you keep just looking better and better.
This is the thing.
Share the secrets, man.
Hey, well, good heart, hey, good heart does wonders.
And you know what? We can all actually testify to that. Throughout the years, you have been consistent
Yeah.
in what you stand for. And I think that
Yes.
is so beautiful. So let's talk a bit more about that because I know sustainability is so close to your heart. And when it comes to the world of fashion, usually those two don't go together.
No, exactly.
So
which
tell
is
us more
why.
about it.
Well, for me personally, I've been in fashion since I was 9 years old, front of camera. It's been over 3 decades now. And the one thing that has really become such a passion for me is not only sustainability, which is really important, but no matter what we're going to do with sustainability, at the end of the day, it's all going to end up on a landfill. So the first point is to stop over-consuming. And that's like really what's the big issue at the moment. And social media has us feeling like we can't wear the same thing twice.
Right.
So I do feel like it's time just to be more concise and conscious with what we're wearing and how we're wearing it, reusing clothes, hiring clothes. I'm very into thrifting. I love a thrift moment. So even today, I'm wearing U-Turn, which is an organization that utilizes the homeless for thrifting. And if we can just keep the economy within fashion to help our communities and uplift ourselves and the other brands and designers and shopping local, there's lots that can be done.
Okay, you can't talk about your outfit without showing us your outfit. Please, Trace, talk us through what's going on here.
Okay, so this is actually a seven shirts that I've created into a skirt. And like I said, it's from U-Turn, the organization.
So cool.
How cool is that?
Yeah, and I decided to do black and white because I was like, it's like a black and white. It's like black and white, we're in trouble here. We need to sort out the fashion industry and make it more consumer friendly, but also earth friendly. And so that is kind of like a testament to that.
Beautiful.
Can you just stay and just keep preaching?
Forever.
Honestly, I love this.
Forever.
Forever. And I know there's some very exciting things happening in your life. I mean, you just came off the foot of Fame Week, which you
Yes.
delivered a keynote address. You're headed out to Nigeria, if I'm not
Yes, the
mistaken,
end of the
very
year.
soon.
Yes.
That is incredible. Tell us
Thank
more
you.
what's going on in your life, Trace.
Okay, so basically in a nutshell, I was honored to be a keynote speaker at Africa Fame Week. And I also did an art installation just showcasing overconsumption. I don't know if you guys know, but it's like 6,000 plus minus 6,000 kilos of textile waste that's discarded in Western Cape landfills every 45 minutes.
So we just
Now,
building mountains of waste.
we're just building
literally.
precisely.
Yeah.
Now, if we already have a problem with where we're going to live and actual how we're going to do it with still having to compete with everything that's been thrown in these landfills. So it really is a huge problem. So that was great. I also shone a light on something that's also important to me, which is I hate fast fashion. I think we all know Tracy hates fast fashion. Okay? And so I also hope that when these conglomerates are opening on African soil, they are also then manufacturing on South African soil.
please.
Now, South Africa used to be one of the forerunners when it came to textile manufacturing globally. And I feel like we can get back to that, creating jobs and opportunities, if we're actually just going to force these people that are making millions off of us to also put it back by having us manufacture these items.
Incredible. Listen,
Giving our
Grace, we
power
love
back.
you.
I love
Yes,
that.
exactly.
You are a hero here in this part of the world. I will say all the best with Nigeria. We'll catch up with you again closer to the time,
Thank
but
you
I know
so
very
much.
exciting things are happening there. But let's bring it back home and talk about entertainment news.
Yes.
We're going to start out with a local story, and this one I'm not necessarily surprised by because it's a man that controversy follows. Controversial TV personality and musician Jub Jub is once again in the spotlight, but this time for legal reasons. Now, the former host of a reality show that we all admittedly have binged, have watched before, all around infidelity. Now, he's currently facing 12 million rand in terms of a lawsuit filed in
Jub
Johannesburg
Jub.
High Court. The lawsuit stems from an episode in the show that he has done where the crew basically allegedly barged into a couple's home. And the woman is saying that she wasn't dressed because obviously they want to catch them in the act attacked red-handed.
yeah.
And she said that that also aired, and she was not very well dressed. She was very scantily clad, and she was not happy. And now because of that, she's got emotional trauma, reputational damage, which I'm sure you can imagine. And that 12 million, she said, is mad. Come on, guys. It's not even enough for the emotional damage, probably.
No, I mean, honestly.
But can you imagine?
Hectic, huh?
Scandal. My goodness. Apparently, he's also resigned from the show. So I don't know if that's enough. I mean, what do you guys think?
Definitely not.
That's a tough one. I mean, obviously, it's not necessarily Jub Jub himself that's saying, like, come, guys, we must do this. But he's a part of it. He's representing the brand.
He's the face of it.
Tough position to be in. And I do believe, obviously, everybody does need to be protected. Innocent or guilty. You have human rights. So, this is a tough one,
I'm
man.
a big fan on accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the first letter of the alphabet for a reason. Accountability.
I love to see it. Accountability is all we need to be seeing, especially in these parts. But listen, Mzansi, we're going to keep you posted on how it all is going to unfold, and of course the heat that comes around it as well. Jub Jub, sir, we wish
Jub
you
Jub.
all the best on this journey. For now, though, we're going to head over to Josie because Anele's got something special.
Ah, you are so right, my Carissa. I got something special indeed. I am talking about what we've been promising all morning. It is an incredible performance from none other than Mashuru. So everybody, please give it up for her track, Metla Madala, featuring Mdu, aka TRP. Come
on!
goodness me. The beautiful thing is that she's not going anywhere. Do you see all of the talent? It's staying here on your Feel Good Breakfast show up until the very end. So we got another performance coming your way. But speaking of things that are coming up, in a little bit, we're going to get into some international news with Tracy Lee Rosland. And then we're also going to be jumping on into our game. We're in South Africa. Friend, we want you to play along with us. So you got to stick around. We still got so much happening right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Do not go anywhere. We'll see you in 2 minutes. Ne? Don't go anywhere. Stick around.
Only you can make my day. It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And look, we still have Tracy Lee Rosland sitting on our couch because, of course, some more entertainment news has to come your way. And listen, it is coming in hot to trot. And we have to start with our girl because every single time I bring up the word Tyler, why are people always coming for our girl? This time around, it's all about a heated exchange that has erupted between American rapper Young Miami and then our girl, pop sensation, international superstar Tyler, over an alleged case of song theft. Now, I don't know so much about this one, but we know Young Miami from City Girls, and now she took to social media accusing our girl Tyler of copying her unreleased track. It's called Take Me to Chanel, because Tyler, of course, came out with a track saying, "Put Me in Chanel." It's an upcoming single that's going to be so stunning. I mean, the visuals already look good so far. But Miami claims that she played the song for Tyler during a private session earlier this year. And then fans also have weighed in, just kind of saying, sounds a little different, but others also defending Tyler, saying that, you know, just don't touch our girl. She's been doing well in and of herself. And the track is set to drop on the 24th of October. So we're going to see this happening. Now, Trace, you put the songs next to each other and you said,
I did. Look,
you said no.
my personal opinion, but I'm a Tyler stan. It doesn't sound the same.
Yeah.
You understand? And also, like, common phrases. That is kind of a common phrase.
It is a common phrase.
It is a common phrase. So did she take a common phrase and kind of work it to like her own vibes? Or did she steal a song? Because honestly, if I listen to the actual music, it doesn't sound the same to me. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm a Tyler stan.
You're a tiger. So
yeah, I'm a
I
tiger.
don't know, take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to defend my girl.
That is our girl. It's the country's girl. And we're going to back her in every way.
100%.
Young Miami, please. Relax. Chill.
Come now, there's enough Chanel to go around.
That's what I'm saying. You see both sides like Chanel. I love it, man. All right, so we'll definitely keep you up to date with how this unfolds. But 24 October, we look forward to that day. For now, though, let's talk about Prince Andrew. I don't know if I can call him Prince Andrew anymore because he's officially relinquished all remaining royal titles and honors. Oh my gosh, just Andrew.
Just Andrew.
Just
Not
Drew.
even nicely. Don't even say it nicely. Just like Andrew.
He definitely relinquished all the titles, all the honors, including Duke of York, and that followed the scrutiny all around his ties to Jeffrey Epstein and allegations from Virginia Giuffre. Now, we all know and we've all seen everything. Now, Virginia was an American-Australian advocate for survivors of sex trafficking, best known for a role in exposing the abuse network that was, of course, run by Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. And there have been connections that people are saying. Now, the remove reportedly prompted by pressure from King Charles III, as well as Prince William. It basically aims to shield the monarchy.
Yes.
They say, forget Andrew, we're trying to shield the family.
100%. But also, like, accountability, let that man go.
Let him go.
Let him go.
So from now onwards, he's Drew to you. He's Andy to you.
He's like, I'm gonna be just like,
that guy.
That guy over there. Like,
that
nah,
guy
we're not
over
even
there.
naming him. We're not even naming
But
him.
what a bold move for the monarchy to have made, right?
Social pressure also. It's the age of social media. You can't get away with as much as you could before, you know?
We know too much.
No, exactly. It's a global society now.
Oh, man. Well, look at that. Global pressure actually gets us somewhere at the end of the day. Well, here's another bit of entertainment news all around Paris Jackson. Of course, the daughter of Michael Jackson, the great and late Michael Jackson, making headlines. In fact, she is, as tensions between her and the executors of her father, Michael Jackson's estate. Now, currently, recent court filings reveal Paris has received around $65 million in benefits since 2009. Now, this disclosure comes amid a legal dispute in which Paris has questioned the estate's financial management, which we've seen time and time again, particularly regarding what she describes as, quote, irregular payments. Now, to lawyers and third-party firms that are involved as well, just basically accusing them of unauthorized moments of six-figure payments and questionable bonuses, which I think is fair.
No, 100%. I mean, somebody's got to manage the legacy. Who better?
Who better than Paris? I mean, where's Blanket? That's what I want to know. What happened over there?
They don't cover him often.
I see. Oh my goodness, not our director saying sleeping. Well, maybe is resting. Well, in the interim, I think Paris is just trying to hold on to the legacy of her dad.
Yes,
I mean, Michael Jackson, don't mess with the name.
I mean, come on.
Come on. I will always say MJ and I were born on the same day, different years. So that is my claim to fame anyway. But she's currently just 27, really just trying to carve out her own space at fashion events too.
100%.
And her own name in the spotlight.
100%, which she deserves. I mean, we all deserve a shot at our own greatness, you know?
Oh, that's beautiful, Tracy. We all deserve a shot at our own greatness. Okay, let's close up with this bit of entertainment news all around Joe Manganiello, who's officially off the market again. Now, he's 48 years old. We know him as an actor. actor. Now, he's announced his engagement to actress and TV host Caitlin O'Connor after nearly 2 years of dating. And that's him, in case you didn't see or recognize him, with a chance meeting at a post-premiere party. And that, of course, quickly blossomed into a steady romance. Now, over the past 2 years, the couple really has grown a little bit closer. And look at the little dog there as well. You can't forget the pup, just sharing quiet getaway moments together. And, of course, little red carpet romances here and there. And they shared their happy news on Instagram, revealing that Joe proposed on the 24th of June this year. And it was a very sweet photo of the two of them together with their chihuahua. I just think that's so sweet, especially when a dog's involved. I trust animal people.
100%.
Do you know what I'm
saying?
saying?
If the animals and the children know.
They know every time. They pick up on energy and they
No,
can tell you,
definitely.
is Joe a good guy or not? But we wish them all the best on this beautiful journey to the altar, and we hope that he does actually make it there this time. But that's where we leave your entertainment news for now. But I can tell you this one thing, Miss Tracy, she ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, she ain't going nowhere. Maybe we'll get her involved in this one as well, because I want you right now to get ready after that conversation to be inspired to hit the road in another exciting game of Where in South Africa. And we're taking you on a virtual road trip adventure through some of Mzansi's most legendary destinations. And you're going to be getting 3 clues. And the question is, can you guess where our destination is for this one? Now, I want you guys to play along at home, maybe share your answers on our social pages. And every great journey, of course, starts with a tank of, or a full tank of Shell V Power. Now, this is a tough one, ladies. I know, Ms. Tracy, you are obviously well-versed when it comes to South Africa. You've been shooting, impacting, and doing the most. But this is a tough one.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 clues.
Okay.
Can we, because this is my friend,
you
you're going to say call a friend.
Work with each other. I'm going to allow you to work together on this, all right? Your first clue is the following. I'm the only street in the world where 2 Nobel Peace Prize winners once lived. Okay? Yeah, so think about that area. Think about the place. Here's some imagery.
Okay, I think I know.
Here's some imagery just to spice it up. Don't tell me just yet.
Okay.
Wait. Maybe this will help you along to give you more confidence, right? Second clue. I'm aligned with restaurants, live music, local art, and true Jersey hustle and heartbeat. All right?
Okay.
I only know because I've been there
Oh, you
before.
have?
Yeah.
Okay.
If
I'm
you've
so glad
I
you're
reckon
here.
if you've never been there, you're never going to get this
It's
one
gonna be
right.
tough,
It's like you
yeah.
have to have been there, you have to know about it to know the answer to this. Third clue, Mzansi, I don't know if you're getting this or not, but listen to this one. You'll find me in the heart of Soweto. Now, it's a must-visit stop on any Joburg road trip.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
You see, they're throwing out the towers.
Very
Yeah,
close
yeah,
to the
yeah, yeah,
towers,
yeah, okay.
okay. Do you have any clues? Tracy Lee Rosa.
Guys, can somebody whisper something in my
See, this is like Cape Town's finest. She knows everything.
Honestly.
You know all the corners of Cape
I
Town.
don't know, but not that you all get a fee, man.
This is a tough one. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to defend you here and say this is tough. Even I would have struggled with this.
Right.
But Carissa?
Yeah,
I know
it is
because
the
I've
same.
been there, I've visited. Can I
Okay.
say what it is?
I don't know if you can say, but maybe, I don't know if you've got any comments first before we read this out, but let's just hear your answer because I don't
Okay.
think it's going to change anything.
There
Yeah?
you go. That's Vilakazi Street.
Played.
That's where Nelson Mandela lived.
Uh-huh.
We got to go and see his house and his entire space, which was really lovely. And it just gives you a part of history. I mean, between that and Robben Island, just off Cape Town, it really gives you a full picture of the history books that we got to read because we didn't get to experience that.
And also
you
the
know?
extent and the impact of this history and how it traveled through the country. Literally, it's quite crazy to see. But we've got some comments here from Mzansi as well. So let's see what y'all had to say and think about this one. We're going to start off with... We got Mavuso Katlejo who says, hey, Vilakazi Street, where Nelson Mandela lived, which is now a museum in Soweto.
Yep.
Mofaso, well done.
Well
Absolutely
done.
nailed it. Let's see if there's any other comments. We've got Anthea Langefalt who says Vilakazi Street as well, Soweto. Yeah, South Africa, we can't fool you. You guys know your stuff.
It was only me. It was only me.
But no,
I'm
honestly,
so, like,
I don't think any true Cape Townian knows about Vilakazi Street unless you've been there, unless you've experienced it. Many South Africans don't know it either, so don't feel bad at all. Don't.
Well, listen, Mahabo Freda also says Vilakazi Street, and it's true. If you ever go to Jersey, please make sure that you make your way there and definitely enjoy the culture. Like have some food and then go party, and then you must do it all. Do you know what
Support the local designers that's there.
If I was to maybe put you on the spot and explain to me like a cool local road trip,
Yes.
what would you suggest? How would you play that road trip out? Where would you go?
Well, to be honest, I love the West Coast.
Yeah.
And I love to thrift at all the little vintage stores
Along the way.
Along the
Yeah.
way.
Oh.
Like, that's my favorite thing to do. And then to end up where I can maybe do like a sound healing on the beach or something.
If you do this, can you please invite me? That
Yeah.
sounds amazing.
Oh man, look at Mr. Wellness himself.
Mr. Nature Boy.
Yeah, Mr. Nature Boy will have you and the wife along, definitely.
Yes, please. Absolutely love this. And again, thank you so much for sharing your magic
Thank
with us,
you.
especially the fact that you are impacting on another level. I can't wait to see more of your magic unfold. And I hope this is incentivizing you, Mzansi, because when you hit the road, I want you to make sure you fuel up with Shell V-Power, engineered to clean and protect your engine, helping you get the most out of every kilometer.
And do remember that you stand the chance to win a road trip and track experience for 2. Now, that is when you spend 750 Rand or more at Shell 3 times a month. It's not a big ask, okay? Tap or scan your V Plus rewards card now between now and the 31st of October and do that, and you could win one of 5 once-in-a-lifetime road trip and track experiences for 2, of course, showered by our friends over at Shell V-Power. And of course, T's and C's do apply. I will say, Trace, I'm obsessed with you.
I've been obsessed with you. I've been obsessed with you since before she was the TV star.
Oh, excuse me, twice
okay,
nominated.
this is a real day one
NAFTA.
year, okay?
Yes, and now she's iconic. She's been iconic.
No, stop it. I learned from the
married
best.
icon. Hey, show that
But
ring, show that ring.
Can I just say, I have to say this on TV while we have the moment. Can I say thank you?
Yes.
Because you really, truly have been someone that has not just opened up the door, but you've kept it open for so many of us,
100%.
so many of the Mensa, and so many more people that are going to
Forever
come.
and always.
And I don't think you've really, truly gotten your flowers that you deserve for the work you put in. So I want to give you your flowers now. I want to say thank you and want to appreciate everything that you've done for the industry, for the game, and for people like us. And I know it's
Absolutely.
just going to keep coming more and more magic, and we're going to be following it.
Yes,
I'm so
Thank you.
excited.
Big
Yes.
five.
Now
Okay,
on to
listen.
Nigeria.
Trey,
Yay.
exactly.
Yeah, we got
Tracy will be
international,
back
baby.
before she heads off to Nigeria. But for now, though, we say bon voyage to our beautiful soul, but not to you, Mzansi. We'll see you after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're still on your Feel Good Breakfast Show indeed. And Mzansi, we've been having such a gorgeous morning with you. And it's only about to get better because we still got a lovely hour lined up, all in the name of you feeling good all throughout your day. But one thing we always ask you at the beginning of the day is please come and join in on our Good Morning Post. And today we want to make you feel heard. We know you're burnt out. It's been a long year, my goodness. And this is why we want to ask you, do you think burnout is more about the workload or the workplace culture? That's the question for our Good Morning Post. And we asked you to share your thoughts, and that's exactly what you did, which we love. And jumping out onto the social media streets, Namabana said, good morning to our awesome Expresso family. Real topic? Yes, it is. I think it's a mix of both. I can't agree more. Mercedes Wurzuk says, definitely workplace culture. Toxic bosses with unrealistic expectations is the main cause. Yeah. Preach, Mercedes, preach. Norma Parker Parenzia says, good morning, team. Feeling drained and emotionally exhausted when being pressured too much at work. Then Moloi Morifi says, workplace culture, and their inventor ensures that they remain unshakable for everyone coming. And I feel like at the end of the day, it is about your workplace culture. And this is really something that maybe workplaces and bosses need to look at. If the workers are saying so, then Sana, what do we need need to do? Perhaps fix it a little bit, just so that burnout doesn't feel too hectic come the end of the year. However, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. We always love having conversations with you, especially with our Good Morning Post. And we saw so many great conversations on the way, which is why right about now you need to make sure you stay tuned, because Kate Teasy, Fo Sheezy, what's going on, my family?
Thank you so much, Sanele, for that beautiful update. It's now gone 8 o'clock, which means it's time for your last bit of national news. Now we get started with local air carrier airline that says it's Airlink rather, that says it's experiencing disruptions to its scheduled services, including flights from Kruger Mpumalanga International Airport, Pietermaritzburg, Richards Bay, and Mthatha. Now, the airline blames air traffic navigation services for not maintaining the instrument flight procedures at these airports in a timely manner. Now, Airlink says it is working to get passengers to their destinations as quickly as possible while minimizing inconvenience, and advises affected travelers to contact the airline or their travel agents for the latest flight information. In other news in the country, South African police arrested more than 17,000 suspects and seized nearly 180 unlicensed firearms during the week-long Operation Shanela. Now, over 2,000 most wanted individuals linked to violent crimes, including murder, rape, and hijackings, were among those arrested. Authorities also confiscated ammunition, alcohol, contraband worth 7.2 million rand, as well as 74 stolen vehicles. Meanwhile, the government and police are finalizing plans to equip officers with body cameras, purchasing 100 units annually at 29,000 rand each. And that's to improve accountability and strengthen law enforcement effectiveness nationwide. Taking a look at your international news-making headlines, where Colonel Michael Randrianirina was sworn in as Madagascar's president days after seizing control following youth-led protests that forced out ex-leader Andry Rajoelina. Now, the ceremony at the High Constitutional Court featured trumpets, raised swords, and full military honors. Randrianirina vowed to uphold national unity and human rights, promising a transitional government and elections within 2 years. Now, despite defections from security forces and court approval, Rajoelina remains in exile, condemning the takeover. Now, the African Union and UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres announced the coup, which erupted amid widespread, quote, Gen protests. Meanwhile, King Charles and Pope Leo will become the first British monarch and pontiff to pray together at a church service. That's since the 16th century Reformation. Now, the historic service, set in the Sistine Chapel during the royal state visit tomorrow and Thursday, will unite clergy and choirs from the Church of England and the Roman Catholic Church under Michelangelo's famed ceiling. Now, focused on environmental stewardship, the ecumenical service symbolizes reconciliation and harmony between the two faiths, marking a historic milestone in interfaith relations. At the end of your news for this Wednesday morning, the National Council of SPCAs has launched a heartwarming online pet store, allowing animal lovers to buy food as well as essentials for their furry friends, while also supporting welfare projects of their choice. Now, a portion of every sale funds initiatives like rescuing working donkeys, safeguarding lions, and helping abandoned cats and dogs. Now, with the festive season nearing, a time when abandonment sadly spikes, the NSPCA hopes the platform will inspire kindness and conscious giving. Now, each branch runs its own outreach programs, and pet owners are encouraged to connect with their local SPCA to make a difference close to home. Well, that is where we leave your news for this Tuesday morning. Let's get into your final bit of sports with Rao.
Thank you so much, Carissa. Yes, and one last time, let's dive into all things sport. We're going to start with the rugby news, and former SA Under-20 captain Zachary Porton has received a surprise Springbok call-up for the 5-match outgoing tour starting against Japan on the 1st of November. Now, the 20-year-old Stormers prop joins a 36-man squad that sees recalls for Johan Grobler as well as Gerard Steenkamp, while veterans Bongi Mpanambi and Vincent Koch miss out. Well, from rugby, we move to cricket and something to celebrate as a South African who restricted Pakistan to 259 runs for 5 wickets on day 1 of the second test in Rawalpindi on Monday. Now, Shan Masood on 87 and Abdullah Shafiq for 57 runs led for the hosts, while Keshaf Maharaj 2 for 63 and Simon Harmer on 2 for 75 shared 4 wickets. Now, on top of this, we had Kagiso Rabada, who struck late as Pakistan closed on 259 runs for 5 wickets in 91 overs. Well, we carry on with cricket news and move to the ladies now, where Sri Lanka snatched a very dramatic 7-run win over Bangladesh. And that took place in Navi Mumbai on Monday to claim their first Women's World Cup victory. Now, Captain Chamari Atapaththu produced a stunning final over, taking 4 wickets in 4 balls to defend 9 runs and finish with career best figures of 4 for 42, and that rescuing Sri Lanka's campaign. Now, Bangladesh, meanwhile, become the first team to be eliminated from the tournament. Lastly, in all things sport, we move to footballing news, and Brentford cruised to a 2-0 win over West Ham, handing the Hammers their fifth straight home defeat, which is their worst run since 1931. Now, Igor Thiago as well as Matthias Jensen struck for the dominant visitors, while West Ham managed just 1 shot on target in a lifeless display that leaves them second bottom with only 4 points. Well, that's a wrap-up of all things sport, and we'll do it all again tomorrow morning, but still, many of you heading out on the roads, so let's see how we can assist you one last time in the world of traffic. Here's Carissa with the latest.
Well, thank you, Ryle. Let's get into your final bit of traffic. 2 provinces to touch base with. KZN gets up first. Well, in Pietermaritzburg, a multi-vehicle accident has occurred on the N3 northbound before Market Road interchange. Now, that's resulting in a right lane obstruction. As you can imagine, delays are anticipated due to the affected route, so do plan your route accordingly. Well, out in Cape Town in Milnerton, continued delays are being experienced along the N7 North at the ramp to Bosmansdam Road, and this is due to increased traffic volumes. Please maintain a safe following distance and remain cautious behind the wheel. Peak traffic is still currently ongoing, so be sure that you arrive alive. That's where we wrap your roads for this Tuesday morning. Let's see what your weather's saying. Well, the South African Weather Service has warned of extreme high fire danger over Kamiesberg in the Northern Cape, as well as Bergrivier in the Western Cape, as a heat wave with persistently high temperatures grips Richtersveld and Matsikikama. Now, until tomorrow, that all occurs. Very hot and uncomfortable conditions are expected over the West Coast District and Kamiesberg. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, heavy rains and thunderstorms are forecast across parts of the country later this week after a rainy weekend. Now, forecaster Tukela Chilwane says a cold front will bring more rain, followed by a gradual rise in temperatures, particularly over central and eastern provinces. Now let's close it all off with the sunrise view of this hour and Shafiq. Oh, Shafiq, I'm not going to say I have faves, but maybe I've got faves. Representing Citrusdel, which definitely will be a scorcher today. But you've come on through and said, you know what, Carissa and the rest of Mzansi, it's going to be a beautiful day regardless. This picture needs to be framed. Citrusdel, you can expect 37 degrees on your side of town. Please remember that SPF and to stay hydrated throughout today. Please also share your morning view with us. If you can do just as well as that one, 0630369649. That's the number to take down and WhatsApp it on through. For now, let's check in with those temperatures for the rest of this Tuesday.
I hope things are looking good on your side of Mzansi. Those are your temperatures for today for the very last time here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And as I've been saying, we've been having such a beautiful morning together. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here, because we always tell you, you're our highlight of the morning, okay? And speaking of highlights, we still got some big things to jump on into this morning. What can you expect in the final hour of the show? Well, we're going to be jumping on into celebrating one of our Tastemaster Junior contestants. I am talking about none other than Isaiah Jagannathan. He's in the building and he's going to be showing us a thing or two in the kitchen, okay? And then somebody who has been cooking, honey, not just in South Africa, but all over the world. I am talking about the new L'Oreal Paris Ambassador of Sub-Saharan Africa. Everyone, Amakamata is in the building, and we are so excited to celebrate the beautiful things she did at Paris Fashion Week and more. Do not go anywhere. It's all happening right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to take a short break and we'll see you after this, Mzansi.
Whatever your reason to go, you could get up to 100% off on flights. Book on our banking app. Your story matters.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, is that your camera?
Oh, right about now, Mzansi, you need to make sure that you indeed do not go anywhere, because we are celebrating a queen. Now, look, doesn't happen every day that I get to sit next to someone that I say I'm a big fan of. Because from small screens to Paris Fashion Week, Amakamata continues to make South Africa proud. And this time she's walking for one of the biggest beauty brands in the world. Look, recently appointed as L'Oreal Paris's Sub-Saharan Africa Ambassador, a role that trailblazers like Tuso Mbed have previously held, Ama made her dazzling runway debut at Le Défilé L'Oreal Paris 2025, a public fashion and beauty show held as part of Paris Fashion Week, celebrating beauty, empowerment, and sisterhood. And who better than this queen that has made us proud on so many global stages to go and represent us? Everyone, please welcome my fave to the Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Amakamata. My Amalicious.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm amazing, baby. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
That's good. Sana, you're just flying everywhere, Wena. Whenever I look at your stories, you're in Paris, you're here, you're there.
Dude.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
You're doing such an incredible job. And this is why we need to jump right into it, because it is a huge milestone.
Yes.
To be named the L'Oreal Paris Sub-Saharan Africa Ambassador.
Yes.
Talk to us, Amma, what does that really mean to you?
I mean, it's an incredible opportunity to like start off. I think just getting the call and seeing that there was an interest to even consider me for the role.
Yeah.
Was quite, it was a lot.
Yeah.
I was really proud of that. But I think just to align myself with, you know, women and to be part of the sisterhood of empowerment and celebrating like beauty and uniqueness is quite a privilege. But I think also just to be given an opportunity to represent Africa on a global stage is something that I've always been quite intentional about, and something in the beginning of my career that I said I wanted to do. So to see that aligning is pretty cool.
And listen, I feel like the fact that you said that that was something you wanted to do since the beginning, it just speaks to exactly who you are in terms of being intentional about what it is that Amma is doing in this world.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful. I mean, a couple of years ago, we spoke about all these beautiful things.
Dude, I was actually saying, a couple of years ago, we manifested all of this. We're like, we're going to do this, in Eastern Cape. Yeah.
And Amma, I cannot believe just everything you've done just in the short amount of time. But I have to ask you, because of course, L'Oreal, they called you up and they said, Amma, we need you on our team.
Yes.
What was it that made you say yes?
I think it's a bunch of things. Basically, when a brand approaches me, it's just like, is there an alignment? Do we have similar goals? Do we present the same principles? And I think just how they, you know, empower women and want to celebrate our uniqueness. It's beauty that is way beyond what is on the outside, but really on the inside, celebrating authenticity. And just to be part of just all these iconic women who have, you know, had this role before me. It was really just quite a privilege and an honor.
I love that. And it's a privilege and an honor for us to have you walking on the runway representing South Africa, because you absolutely killed it.
Thank you.
But we know that it was more than just going to Paris Fashion Week. There was a deeper message behind it. And I think that we see that in how, you know, the Paris Fashion Week, you know, that specific runway is so different to all the others, where you guys are having fun and you're being yourselves.
Yes.
Talk to me about what the deeper message was for you.
You know, it was really quite, it was a really real experience. I shared on my social media that the day that I walked was exactly a month since my dad passed away. So I think just being in that moment, it was all about, for me, just resilience. That's what it represented. Like, I understand what's going on in my life personally, but just to be able to, you know, when the spotlight hit me, to walk with confidence and to choose strength and to choose to, like, have pride in that moment. It was much deeper and personal than just walking a runway. It was really just me carrying everything I've been through and saying, I'm going to rise above it.
And Amma, you're such an example, because I'm so sorry about the loss of your father.
Oh, thank you.
But I know he's so proud of you, because...
No, he's so proud.
100%.
And this is what we spoke about, like, for months. Like, he knew that this was coming, and his family came to see me, actually. They came all the way from Amsterdam to, like, come to the show and see it. So it was really special.
That is so special. Amma, I have goosebumps. and genuinely, it's also just because, especially with you saying it was about rising above, I think that you're doing that also just shows just how much you understand that your journey is so much bigger than just
100%,
you. And that's the thing. It impacts so many young girls, especially. So talk to me about that, you know, in terms of the woman watching you right now. You know, what is it exactly that you hope your story will really impact them with in its entirety?
I think just the power of being authentic. You know, I feel like in a world with trends that are constantly changing, we're measuring ourselves up to people that we don't even know. You know, social media puts a lot of pressure on us for those kind of things. But I've really managed to stay authentic to who I am, and it's carried me this far. So I think just celebrating authenticity, uniqueness, you being different is what makes you special, is what makes you stand out. And I was actually having this conversation with a friend where I was saying that often sometimes I feel like when I walk into a space, especially being like a public figure, there's like an expectation to be like bubbly and like, you know, just be this loud kind of person. And I'm not that at all. So I was like, you know, do I need to be that to get noticed, to be seen? And my friend was like, you know, you underestimate that maybe because you're calm, you're quiet, that is what makes you stand out. That's what people actually like about you. So I think sometimes just realizing that you being yourself is actually what people want to see. You know, and you never know who's watching.
Girl, you got some good friends, okay? For real, genuinely, because I think that is genuinely so smart, first and foremost, like to look at it that way, and it's also the truth. I think for me, every time I see you, I'm always like, Amma so graceful. And
to me, I'm just like, I'm just quiet. I'm just like to myself. And you're right. Yeah.
Literally. So I think that is so beautiful, and it speaks to having a good support system, right?
100%.
But for you, this was obviously a dream come true, because we grew up, hearing because I'm worth it.
Yes.
Yes, L'Oreal was always all over our televisions.
Literally.
We used to see the most incredible woman, you
No,
know,
literally.
being exactly where you are.
Yeah.
Talk to me about then what because I'm worth it actually means to Ama.
I think for me, I'm worth it means that regardless of where I stand, what I do, what I achieve, what I don't achieve, I still deserve happiness.
Oh, come
I still
on.
deserve to be seen.
Yeah.
I still deserve to be chosen.
Ooh.
I think in a world that has for many years just had this narrative, I think especially about Africa, I'm so excited about the way people are viewing our continent and the interest that people are showing for, you know, our talent. It's like we're worth it, you know, to be represented, to be seen, to be in these spaces. So I think it's just being yourself and realizing that even as you are worthy.
Yes, and I love that you said that because, girl, do you know that you're one of the biggest reasons that people are viewing Africa in a different way?
I mean,
yeah, girl, we can
Thank
all
you so
clock
much.
that.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything that you do, Ama. I think that just you being yourself, like you said, it's so powerful and it's so beautiful. And now we get to celebrate you as our Sub-Saharan Africa ambassador for L'Oreal Paris. And we wish you only the best. And thank you so much for everything, my
Thank you so much,
gorgeous.
babe.
Of
Love
course.
you.
Love you. Oh, my goodness. Now, that's how you do it. From Gomorrah to Blood and Water, and now the City of Light. Ama Kamata is proof that when women believe in their worth, the world can't help but notice. A massive shout out to L'Oreal Paris for continuing to champion empowerment and beauty for every woman. Because let's be honest, no matter your age, we've all whispered that line in the mirror, because I'm worth it. And thankfully, we have incredible ambassadors like Ama Kamata who make us proud to not just be African, but also to truly believe that we are in fact worth it. Stick around. You're on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Shout out to my queen, Amma, man, I miss you. You are just absolutely taking over the world, and we are celebrating every single moment. You deserve all your flowers, queen. Well done.
Oh my gosh, Mzansi, if that did not put your smile on your face, I've got something that definitely is going to just swallow your ears right now. Powerball just got bigger and the stakes even higher with a mind-blowing 160 million rand estimated jackpot this Tuesday. So please play now, listen to our voices, and go ahead. Buy your tickets now in store on the website, nationallottery.coza, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# for USSD.
You need these millions, right? So we posted all these details on our Expresso social media pages, so you can go check them out right now. You want to Panda Push Out Play the Powerball for a staggering 160 million rand estimated jackpots today, which means you could be a multi-millionaire, but only if you play, guys.
Oh, my
that's a lot of millions.
All right, so while you ponder on that and your winning numbers that are still to come, we are still definitely thinking about Amma. I mean, come on.
all morning, that's me.
Zanella said that she never fangirls, but we are definitely fangirling. Good morning. Kisses, Amma. I'll grab that one.
She's like royalty,
and
yeah?
save it. She is. She goes, it's a royal handshake. But listen, still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast show, we touch base with our girl Kuhle to find out a little bit more about trout and the leading supplier of trout as well, to see what that looks like.
Yep, and then our Tastemaster Junior contestant Isaiah is coming through to not just show off their skills, but also put Zanele through her paces in the kitchen, because I'm wondering, can she actually cook? I don't know. I don't know. Let's find out, guys. Don't go anywhere.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, we are feeling good indeed, Mzansi, and it is all in the name of you being here with us. And we love the fact that we get to make your morning, because you always make ours. And this is the thing, we're always here telling you about the things that you might be missing out on, because the competition is heating up on Taste Master Junior Season 2. And the young chefs are bringing their A game to every single challenge. One of those rising stars is Isaiah Jagannathan, a talented contestant who's been impressing the judges with his creativity, his skill, and his passion for food. And he joins us now to chat about his incredible journey on the show so far. Everyone, let's give him a feel-good welcome, please. It is our superstar, Isaiah Jagannathan. Isaiah, how are you, my darling?
I'm good, and you?
I'm amazing, thank you. Isaiah, firstly, I'm so proud of you for putting yourself out there.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I was really nervous, but I'm here.
Yes, and you're doing it. And this is why I have to ask you, what inspired you to enter?
I would definitely say my family. I have a long lineage of men and women who are definitely best cooks and bakers.
Ooh.
I think it started with my grandfather. His name was Raman Jagannathan.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually wanted to be a chef, but at the time he really couldn't afford it because of financial issues.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and then he also went into my aunties and my uncles who are also really amazing chefs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely feel like because of them, I'm here, and I'm so proud to be representing all of them.
Isaiah, it's in the blood, this thing must.
Definitely.
Hey, I love that. This is why you're so good at it. And I'm so proud of you for making the family so proud as well. It's incredible. But speaking of incredible, how has your Taste Master Junior, journey been so far?
I would definitely say that it was really stressful at the beginning. The first episode, I was definitely stressed. But as time went on to the second episode, I definitely lost that, that feeling of stress.
Yes.
And so far, it's going really fun. I am really enjoying it.
That's amazing. And I can imagine, with all of the different challenges, it kind of allows you to kind of grow. Talk to us a little bit about, the team challenges. They look like a lot of fun, but like you said, they look stressful. How have those experiences been for you?
I definitely have fun with all my teammates. I feel like we definitely click, our personalities definitely click. And in the kitchen, it might look a bit stressful, but most of the times it's just vibes. We're laughing, we're joking.
Yes.
So yeah, it looks stressful, but it's definitely not.
Oh, I love that. That's good. I'm glad to hear that you're having some fun on this crazy journey. But, I also know that with all of the different challenges that happen, they're all very different. What is it that really has stuck out to you in terms of your favorite challenge?
Definitely episode 2 with Leandre, the episode with the tray cakes. I feel like our connection was just so strong. I'm not sure if it was the lavender or what, but we were just laughing continuously the entire episode. And I'm a very funny person. I just love to laugh and stuff like that. So being with her definitely was such a vibe,
I think it's because you're such a vibe. So your guys' vibes were just vibing together. Exactly. But of course, it's been a journey and a half. Just you, like I said, putting yourself out there and just going out and saying, okay, I'm going to be a chef here on Taste Master Junior. What has it really taught you about yourself?
I would say that it taught me that I can do anything, If I really put my mind to it and I'm consistent, I can accomplish anything. And it goes for, I think, for all teenagers out there, If they really put their mind to it and they're consistent, I believe consistency is definitely key. You can definitely achieve anything.
Isaiah, how old are you?
I just turned 17. And
you are so wise and so smart. I love it. And Isaiah, with us talking about this journey on Taste Master Junior, we do need to continue watching to see how things play out. Without giving anything away, why should people tune in tonight?
Episode 3 is definitely a very stressful one. We are all of our comfort zones. This episode is the Boerewors episode. So yeah, we definitely, it's our first time doing it.
Yeah.
But
okay.
This episode tells us who's going to the first elimination round.
Ooh.
So y'all should all definitely tune in for that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we are going to be tuned in.
You're definitely going to be tuned in.
You just made me stress now.
You need to be stressing, It's very stressful, even for me.
It sounds stressful. Oh my goodness. But the Boerewors sounds fun. Hey?
It was, we'll see,
Huh? Okay.
We'll see.
I love Isaiah. Isaiah's not giving anything away. This is beautiful. Isaiah, thank you so much. And I love the fact that we are not parting just yet because Mzansi, it has been so inspiring hearing Isaiah's story and seeing just how much passion and determination he brings to the kitchen. But we're not done yet, because up next, Isaiah will be joining us in the kitchen to whip up one of his much-loved dishes. You don't want to miss it. You know me, I'm not so great in the kitchen, so Isaiah is going to be helping me out. But friend, here's why you should tune into Tastemaster Junior tonight.
The competition is sizzling on the Tastemaster Junior this Tuesday evening at 7:30 as our young chefs grind their way to perfection.
Today's my day. Yes! We're doing things differently. We're just filling it with air. Oh my gosh! Just send me home. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Final push, let's go everybody!
Please hurry. Wow.
That's the Tastemaster Junior, Tuesday evenings at 7:30, repeat Wednesdays at 1 and Sundays at 4 p.m. only on SABC2.
Ooh, that looks so good. Oh my goodness. Right now, we want to definitely dive into a different side of life because our girl Kukle recently took a deep dive into the fascinating world of trout farming, and that's out at 3 Streams.
Now, from the delicate process of egg incubation to the pristine on-growing in the Lesotho highlands, she uncovered the intricate journey that I think takes place behind the scenes. What gets all the magic to our plate? Well, let's find out firsthand.
The Katsi Dam is one of the largest concrete arch dams in the world. It proudly stands in the Maloti Mountains on the Madibamatso River. I'm here to experience it firsthand, not only for the breathtaking views, but to learn more about 3 Streams and how they grow and harvest trout that eventually make their way to Woolworths shelves. My first impression when I saw the Katsi Dam with the surrounding Maloti Mountains, honestly, it took my breath away. It's a combination of a powerful space, but at the same time, truly peaceful. Thank you so much for welcoming us to have this very unique experience. What made you choose Katsi Dam in Lesotho as the base for your fish farms, and what makes it an ideal environment for raising world-class trout?
Lesotho has extremely cold winters and moderate summers. And if you look at the geography of the dam, it's kind of these long, narrow valleys to help funneling water through our sites, so bringing nice fresh water to our fish. Also, the depth of the dam, it ends up buffering your water temperature changes across different seasons, so providing a little bit more of a consistent and favorable environment for trout farming in Southern Africa. We source genetic material from States, Poland, and of course South Africa. We're selecting strains and specific sources based on what performs best in our environment and up in Lesotho. Basically, when our eggs arrive, they go into our biosecure hatchery in Franschhoek. Because we're bringing in source material from another farm, we don't want to introduce anything new onto our ground site. Once our eggs arrive in the hatchery, it takes approximately a week before they'll begin to hatch. Our fingerlings will spend about 3 months in Franschhoek. That is until they get to about 15 grams before they're transported up to Lesotho. Our transport can take approximately 30 hours from the start of loading to arrival in Lesotho. We'll supplement oxygen with oxygen bottles to kind of match the trout's demand. And we'll also have compressors that'll blow off any excess carbon dioxide and any excess oxygen. We also have monitoring systems with cameras that'll give us real-time updates on exactly what is happening in the tanks, and we can act if we see anything that we're not happy with. We will take shifts and monitor them all the way through their journey. When they get to Lesotho, it's a new environment. They need to adapt and acclimate to that environment. So we'll do it over a nice 5 to 6 hours. Once we're happy that our tanks match the dam's environment, we'll then flush them into their new homes and let them grow.
How do you monitor the water quality and surrounding conditions to ensure that the trout are raised to the highest standard?
We've got water quality stations across the dam that allows us to monitor water quality and give us real-time updates throughout the water column. We also have water quality teams that will go out in the mornings and afternoon, do water quality at each site, its control points, as well as inside of our pens before and after each feeding. That allows us to monitor and observe our oxygen consumption.
Now I see the team is currently busy. The process is already underway. I'm looking forward to learning more about how, the trout is grown and harvested.
Our harvesting process is quite simple. A portion of fish inside the cage, it gets brought closer to the edge of the cage. And then once we've got a nice crowd, we supply oxygen, and we also pump water through the crowd of that fish just so that we reduce stress levels while we have the fish crowded together. We take the fish and put them into the anesthetic tub. It's a clove oil-based and food-grade anesthesia. Once we are happy that they've been fully sedated, then they will be taken out onto the water spraying platform that you're seeing there, whereby they will be humanely dispatched. The fish move down the pipeline into the ice slurry.
Now, how long do the trout spend in these waters before they are ready for harvesting?
We keep them for 18 months. Our main target is to harvest them at an average weight of 2 kilograms per fish.
Can you tell me more about the feeding program and what goes into the trout's diet?
Our feeding rates depend largely on the daily water quality. We've also, through the years, developed feeding charts that correlate to the temperatures and the fish weight. So in that manner, we are able to calculate the daily feeds, and then we weigh them out, and then we can administer them into the pens.
And how frequently do you carry out these harvests?
Currently, it's twice a week. Obviously, it depends on balancing the biomasses in our cages and at our sites.
The most surprising thing I learned about trout fishing today is how intricate the process is. I mean, it's not just about the fishing. It involves science, care, and precision at every single stage.
Once it's been harvested, the fish are transported to the factory. We set the ice slurries to -4 degrees Celsius, and then we maintain it there. So the second step will be the core temperature checking at the truck just before the fish leaves. And then the third step will be that since we use refrigerated trucks, we set the refrigeration to -1 degree Celsius. And then that way we are sure that at least our fish will be maintained below 4 degrees Celsius all the way from Lesotho down to Cape Town.
What really stood out the most for me is how interconnected everything is. The entire team knows that healthy water means healthy trout, and healthy trout means a sustainable business that truly caters and cares for the environment.
So I think we've seen a pretty consistent growth in demand for trout in South Africa. If you look at three streams 30 years ago, they were supplying 7 tons into the South African market, whereas today producing and processing about 1,500 tons. So we're seeing pretty consistent and strong growth in the SA and international market.
Thank you so much, Devin, for that incredible experience. As the day comes to an end, I have a much deeper appreciation for the care and dedication that goes into raising world-class trout right here at Gatsi Dam. It's not just about the fish, it's about sustainability, quality, as well as respect for the environment.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful
Okay.
work,
I was
eh?
wondering where the quality comes from, but now it's all making sense. Beautiful to see how this is coming together in such a sustainable way as well.
And that seems to be the theme of today, sustainability all around. So stay tuned, Mzansi, because coming up, you'll see the careful processing practices behind the scenes that ensure every trout product meets Woolworths' exceptional quality.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, you beautiful people. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And what a show we've had, exploring so much good conversation and so many incredible things like what we discussed earlier, where we followed Kukle to the breathtaking Katsa Dam in Lesotho.
She explored the origins of trout farming at Three Streams Fish Farms. And now her journey continues in Franschhoek at the renowned Three Streams Smokehouse, where she'll uncover how the trout are expertly processed, as well as transformed into the premium value-add products proudly supplied by Woolworths.
We're back in South Africa, and today I'm at the Three Streams Smokehouse, situated in the beautiful Franschhoek Mountains, here to explore the processing journey and what happens once the fish have been harvested. Three Streams manages the entire value chain, from egg incubation and on growing in the Lesotho Highlands to processing and creating value-added products at their smokehouse.
We as Three Streams have been in the trout game for close to 40 years now. We started off farming in trout porter pools and smoking them in a Wendy house, can you believe it? And we sold about 7 tons in our first year. Now we're processing 1,500 tons a year, and we're the largest vertically integrated finfish aquaculture company in South Africa. We started supplying Woolworths with cold smoke products 24 years ago. We quickly became the only trout supplier and have worked closely with Woolworths to develop the category. Now we supply with about 50 Woolworths trout lines, from raw portions to fried products and skins, and everything pretty much in between.
Can you please tell us more about Woolworths' partnership with Three Streams and why you chose them as the main trout supplier?
We currently have 154 seafood suppliers in our seafood supply chains. I think it's fair to say that the Three Streams is one of the most important ones. They're more than just a supplier. They're also a sustainability partner. We've made a number of changes in the Fishing for the Future program over the past few years. And whenever we've tried something new or implemented a new piece of software or program, they've been our go-to partner for that to try it out. I think what we've established with Three Streams is this great partnership where sustainability is part of their business culture. We don't have to worry about them. And with them, we can set an example for other suppliers as well.
Sustainability really is at the heart of how we work. So we source our trout from our farm up in the Lesotho Highlands. They follow the best aquaculture practices there. By sourcing responsibly, we support Woolworths' commitment to sustainability and to ensure that our customers receive responsibly sourced trout and of the highest quality possible.
Upon the arrival from Lesotho, our raw material is received into production and the gutting process starts. The filleting starts, then after that, where the production guys will split it into 2 categories, from raw to ready-to-eat products.
From the moment it arrives at our factory, our cold chain is carefully maintained. Our quality controllers on the factory floor do real-time, in-process temperature checks and quality checks. And with our regular disinfection steps throughout the process, just keeps our environment hygienic and clean. Our trout is also kept well iced throughout processing. This just locks in freshness and quality until it reaches the customer. We've introduced a number of advanced sanitizing technologies, such as UV, ozone, what allows us to achieve the highest levels of hygiene while also being gentle on the environment. All these innovations help us deliver trout that is consistently safe, good quality for Woolworths customers, and always fresh.
Why is it so important for Woolworths to support responsible and sustainable fish farming?
It all starts with the Woolworths vision to be one of the world's most responsible retailers. We're committed towards a sustainable food future and a world of well-being for everyone. Sustainability is what we do. It's in our DNA, and we've become obsessed with sustainability as well. We are a retailer reliant on natural resources, and therefore it's business critical for us as well to do sustainability. But it's also what our customers want. If I take it to seafood, seafood is some of the most sustainable food that we can buy. If you look at aquaculture specifically, it is the fastest growing food production system in the world. We live in a world that's less sustainable. We're causing or accelerating climate change, and we're running out of natural resources. Seafood offers solutions for some of these challenges, but it's important that we do it right. I think the idea now is we want all of our suppliers to be sustainability leaders, and we want all of our customers to be sustainability champions. And with Three Streams, we're getting there, and we're getting there quite quickly. Woolworths made a number of commitments 10, 15 years ago that we would only sell certified, green-rated, or seafood sourced from fisheries engaged in improvement project. And we've done really well in meeting those commitments. For aquaculture, we meet those commitments 100%, and for wild-caught seafood, it's 98.8% at the moment.
Three Streams proudly supplies Woolworths with excellent quality trout. Together, they craft award-winning products designed for you, the customer, to savor and enjoy. Shop responsible and sustainably farmed trout at Woolworths, available in-store, online, and on the app.
What a beautiful story and a gorgeous journey, right?
Yeah, absolutely love that. And I'm actually a little bit jealous that Kukle got to be out in those ink-pick lands and just taking all that in, but grateful that she's showing us the reason as to how these fresh and flavorful fish are coming to the shop, and especially the way that they are being responsibly and sustainably farmed all through Woolworths. So I'm going to put my hands together and say thank you very much. Obviously,
every
this is
time.
always available in-store, online, and on the app. So what are you waiting for? Go get your cook on and go get your health on at the same time.
I love that. Well, speaking about getting our cook on, let's do exactly that. From fish, we move into a beautiful dessert because we always crave something lekker, you know what I'm saying? And Isaiah's coconut burfi bites are the perfect way to get into it.
Let's go.
Ah, you are so right, my Carissa. Thank you, my family. And as promised, we've got Tastemaster Junior contestant Isaiah Jagannathan in the kitchen, and he's about to cook up his burfi bites, teaching us a little something when it comes to, you know, having some skills and all in all, really preparing something that doesn't require too much time. My amazing Isaiah, I am very excited for this because I actually don't know what a burfi bite is, all right? So for anyone out there who's like me, what is it?
So a burfi bites is basically burfi. Burfi is a traditional dish that has cardamom in it, so and also rose water and almonds. It's normally made around Diwali time, which was actually yesterday.
Yay!
So this will normally go in parcels. So around this time, we will give parcels to our friends and our loved ones.
Yeah.
So this dish is inspired by that. So it's
Beautiful.
really tasty and very, I would say, flavorful.
I love that. I love things that are flavorful, and apparently it's easy to make. Is this true?
Oh, definitely easy.
Okay.
Like we can get this done in maybe like 10 minutes. Stop.
10 minutes. That's my kind of thing. I don't spend time in the kitchen, Isaiah, so let's jump right into it. How do we go in this recipe?
Okay, so firstly, we're gonna take our condensed milk and we're just gonna pour. We're gonna pour this in, right?
Yes.
So this is basically like the main ingredient. After this chills, it's basically gonna like solidify, and then you can actually shape it.
Okay.
You know? So we're just gonna add our condensed milk.
I love condensed milk.
Me as well. Have you ever had it in tea?
Yes, of course.
It's so good in tea.
That's how I was introduced to it. My siblings were like, yeah, instead of using like, you know, sugar, use some condensed milk. Then I end up putting the whole can in the...
It's like one of my favorites.
Yes.
So now we're going to add some ground almonds into this.
Ooh, these are my favorite things. I love nuts. That's amazing. Okay.
I'm not a big nut person, but in this,
In
I like
burfi
it.
bites, yes.
So now this is some desiccated coconut. We're just
Okay.
going to be adding this in.
So do you just decide, like, just depending on how your heart feels?
It really depends on the person. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not big of a nut person, so
Okay.
that's why I would rather not put all
of
the
it in.
almonds in. Now we're going to go in with some white chocolate. White chocolate.
I like this recipe now because it seems like you can just put in whatever you want to put in.
You know, you would think that, but there's a lot of steps to go
Really?
into it because
Okay,
all of
no.
these now this is some cardamom. So this is ground cardamom,
Yes.
which is basically it's really strong. So you're definitely going to taste the cardamom in this.
And do we switch on the stove now
No,
or
you
later?
put everything in
And then,
yeah,
oh,
then.
darling.
So it's not. I would say it's easy. This is some salt, by the way.
Yes.
I would say it's easy, but if you don't follow it right, then it's gonna flop. You know. That's what I think. You know, I've been doing this for so many years that
Yeah.
I'm just like it's like in my head already.
I was literally going to say that. You look like you just are someone who just knows exactly how much needs to go into where. That's what it feels like.
You know, I always say measure with your heart, like follow what your ancestors are thinking. That's what I always say.
That's so funny, Isaiah.
So
Yes.
this is some vanilla extract. Right. Okay.
I love that. Okay.
So-
So tell me, where did the recipe actually come from?
So this is my grandmother's recipe.
Oh.
So I'm Christian, but I'm also Indian. So we will definitely still do it. So even though I wasn't Tamil or Hindu, I still always wanted to eat these treats. So she would always make these for me. So yeah, but she's not here, sadly. She did.
Aw. Well, you know what? Her legacy lives on through people like you, Isaiah.
Definitely, thank you.
Yes.
So now we're gonna turn the stove on. We're gonna put it on medium heat,
Okay.
right? And now we're gonna continue stirring this for about 6 to 7 minutes until it gathers up. We want it to gather up together. It's basically going to clump all together.
So you there stirring the whole time, Isaiah?
If you don't stir it, that condensed milk is gonna burn, which is
Yeah.
something we don't want.
Do you see why I don't go in the kitchen a lot, Isaiah? My arm is gonna get sore.
I would say with baking, it's like you have to follow it to the last
To the T, yes.
Cooking is more like, you know, you can just do your own stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But baking, on the other hand, is something else. So now we're gonna cook this, or maybe I would say cook it until it all clumps together. It's
Yes.
basically gonna be like a ball.
I love that. And talk to me just about Taste Master Junior. What has been your biggest highlight so far?
I think just like entering the kitchen for the first time, you know, seeing all these like ingredients and all these like tools to use, I was so excited, and I'm just grateful to be in it.
Oh, well, Isaiah, we wish you all of the best, my love. And you know what? Let's put that to the side quickly, just because I want us to do a taste of the finished products.
Okay.
And you said you don't want it to burn, or can you leave it?
We can leave it, but can I put it to the side? No, it's almost done actually. Can
Oh,
you see?
really?
If you see here, it's clumping up.
This is my kind of dish. It takes 2.5 seconds.
But yeah, let's take a quick taste.
Yes, let's take a very nice quick taste. Okay, I'll take this one. I love what it feels like. It feels like
very
it's
soft,
yes,
you know?
it is. Okay,
Are you ready?
cheers.
Can you taste the cardamom?
That is really good.
Thank you.
Shout out Grandma. She did the things.
OG, the real one.
The OG indeed. This is delicious, Isaiah. And Isaiah, very quickly, what would you say to young people out there who are afraid to possibly, you know, enter something like Taste Master Junior?
You know, just do it. You know, I just entered and I'm here. I'm on the Expresso show.
Yes.
Just do anything. You know, put your mind to it. If you really think you can do it, then do it. What's the worst that can happen?
Right?
What's the worst?
High five, my friend. Very proud of you, and I can't wait to see you keep growing in Taste Master Junior.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my honey. Oh, listen, friend, this is exactly what we love. Young people just really getting into the great skills that they have. And of course, Isaiah is showing you that there is no dream too small. It can all happen as long as you put your mind to it. And we're seeing more of those dreams realized on Taste Master Junior Season 2. It is on SABC2 every single Tuesday at 7:30. I hope that you decide to tune in because there's so much still to come. Right about now, though, you got to make sure you do not go anywhere. Just sit on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Yeah, man. The place where superstars are made.
I'm
So keep
telling
watching
you.
that space. Azai's going to be doing amazing things, and I can't wait to eat it.
That buffet looks so good.
Yeah.
I know Zanele is definitely a convert. Well, let me tell you on your Feel Good Breakfast show, let me see, about 7 minutes left. We're going to fill that with goodness. Mushudu is still here to perform. And then not only that, we have another chance for you to win money right here on Expresso.
It's my feel good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show for the final time. Listen up, Mzansi. Powerball just got bigger and the stacks are getting even higher because there's a mind-blowing 160 million rand estimated jackpot that happens this Tuesday. You have no choice but to play now.
Yep, and you want to buy your tickets now, you can do it in store on the nationallottery.co.za website. You've got the mobile app as an option, cell phone banking, or simply dial on your phone right now. Star 120 star 7529 hash, and then check those USSDs, follow them, and you're in.
I like that. Now, those were not the numbers to play, but I know that you've got your own numbers. So we posted all the details on our Expresso social media pages. Go and check them out and use those numbers to your advantage. Panda Pusha Play Powerball for the staggering 160 million rand estimated jackpot today. And I'm just saying, you could just be the next multi-millionaire.
Yeah, we're going to keep the winning spirit going right now. Send it to Josie because why? Mashudu's standing by to perform and send us into a beautiful day. Let's go!
Come on, baby. This is how we end off the show. It is with an absolute queen. From cooking in the kitchen to cooking with an incredible performance. Everyone, Mashudu is closing out the show today with none other than Voicemail. Let's give it up.
Welcome to voicemail. Please leave a voice message after the tone.
Tell her now you have we cabang put to funani. Tell her book me this space. Tell her book me this card. Tell her now you have we cabang put to funani. Tell her book funami na. Nama ngabe wenu funima. Kamina kamina. Sando la mina o shot 10,000. Abu funami na. Nama ngabe wenu funima. Kamina kamina. Sando la mina o shot 10,000. Abu funamita, mama ngabe wenu funima. Kamina gawe, sando la mina o sha 10,000. Ite abu funamita, mama ngabe wenu funima. Kamina gawe, sando la mina o sha 10,000.
Oh, come on, everybody. Oh, my goodness. We love ourselves a talented queen. And, of course, it is Mashudu that we are celebrating, all in the name of her brand new EP, The Last Season of Love. Check it out if you haven't. It's already going like wildfire all over the country. But right about now, I need to check in on my beautiful Cape Town family, guys. Are you still feeling good as we end out the show?
Oh.
Better than good, man.
Yes.
Absolutely love Mashuda. Thank you so much for sending us home. And have a beautiful day, Mzansi.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Another feel-good production.